What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? Good morning to everybody. Good morning to everybody. Welcome to the best show in the world, Facts and Stats. NBA Draft Lottery Day, man. I'm super excited, bro. Happy Hornets #1 pick day. I'll be pissed. I do hope we get a big surprise in the lottery, like last year, for an example, where nobody expected the Hawks to get the #1 pick. I want something like that. Make sure y'all take y'all shoes off at the door, man. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button on this video. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button on this video. RJ, what's good with you? Jump some Luca and Greek. Appreciate everybody that's coming in here on time. Y'all are on time. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Mr. Statology, what's the word? Good morning. Good morning, my brother. Good morning, my brother. Ted, what's good, y'all? What's good to everybody that's in here? What's good to everybody that's in here? What's good to everybody that's in here? Um, Obviously a lot to discuss. I want to say first and foremost, thank you to everybody that came in here or in here within the first 10 minutes. Make sure you all come in here and take y'all shoes off. You know what I mean by that. You know what I mean by that. Hit that thumbs up button on this video. Hit that thumbs up button on this video. Um, Welcome to the best show in the world that y'all see floating on the bottom of the screen. Thank y'all for supporting Fact and Stats. Thank y'all for rocking with Fact and Stats. Happy Monday, first day of the week. Start your day off. Well, I started my day off in the gym, so I'm feeling great. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling blessed. I'm feeling thankful. And I'm ready to attack the day. I'm ready to attack the day, and I'm ready to talk sports inside of Fact and Stats with you all. Like I was telling you all, if you did not like this video, yeah, hit that thumbs up button for me. That helps the algorithm out for anybody that's randomly surfing on YouTube to potentially come across Fact and Stats via the title or just seeing that the show is live. And they can come in, talk sports with me, whoever else joins the stage, and also probably even type it in the chat. Also, feel free to comment anything throughout the show today. I read every single comment for the most part. I read every single comment for the most part. Obviously, you have different ways that can make comments stand out via super chats. I want to say via super chat. Shout out to the ones that sent super chats before or do send super chats. I'm also share this out one person today. If you didn't share this, if you never shared a live before, please share it out with one person, whether it's via Twitter chat, Instagram chat, iPhone group chat, or it's one person. I would love for you all to share it out. Let them know what's going on inside of Fact and Stats today, and not just today, every day, pretty much throughout the week, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern time. And then if you are not subscribed to Fact and Stats, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Um, growing daily, and that's what it's all about. Growing monthly, that's what it's all about, and also growing yearly. That's what it's all about. So constant growth amongst multiple platforms, and still going. So make sure you all subscribe to Fact and Stats on YouTube if you're not subscribed already. Next, if you want to extend your support for the platform and what I do on a day-to-day basis, please become a member. If you are not a member, I would love for you all to become a member. Like I just said, how can you become a member? The link is in the description on this video. There's 3 different levels you can join as, level 1, level 2, and level 3. They all have different customized perks. All have the ability to send emails into the chat. And then obviously you get the Fact and Stats logo next to your name. Shout out Ari. Ted, it was good if I didn't say that already too. The Fact and Stats logo next to your name. And I appreciate y'all rocking with me, like I always say. Also, like I said earlier, you can send super chats and or super stickers at any time. The amount necessarily doesn't matter to me. I'll be grateful regardless, whether it's $5, whether it's $3, whether it's $10. As you see on the back end, all extended support is greatly appreciated. Literally, all extended support is greatly appreciated. Next, you have the Twitter, the Instagram, and TikTok. Those are the platforms, specifically the Instagram and TikTok, that I'm trying to grow on to be able to market on, and things of that nature. So more people can come to the show. More people can find out about Fact and Stats. More people can want to, whether they join the stage, whether they type in the chat, anything. Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. For anybody that does not know, shout out to the ones that rewatch the show as well. For anybody that does not know, Fact and Stats, the daily show, started on Twitter. Started off as a podcast, emerged from a podcast to a daily show, and then after it started with the daily show, it then emerged to a clothing brand, which I will get to in a second as well. So now it's all three. I do plan on recording another podcast episode right after the conference finals or before the conference finals. So I do want to give y'all a heads up for that. Um, so yeah, be on the lookout for that. If you're not following Twitter, make sure you all follow on Twitter. 5,000 plus followers. I always tweet out in the morning where the show will be held at, whether it's YouTube or playback, and then also what are some of the things we're going to be talking about today, if not all the things we'll be talking about today. Instagram and TikTok the same that name at Fact and Stats _ I will try to make this week the week where I start to post clips on those platforms from the show as well, on a consistent basis. Life is about consistency, bro. Life is about consistency. Next, playback.tv/Fact and Stats. This platform to me is second fiddle when it comes to the pecking order on how I want things to be in a Facts and Stats related things. I want YouTube to be first. I want Playback to be second, and I want Twitter Spaces if need be to be third. But obviously Twitter is still the biggest platform, so I still have to utilize that platform as well. But Playback, great platform in my opinion, allows me to host a show there if I choose to do so. And sometimes we end on YouTube and head over to Playback, which I am cutting back a little bit from. Playback, watch parties, my camera's on, people join the stage. We watch NBA games in there every single night, every day. And even the WNBA season is quickly approaching as well. So we're going to be watching the WNBA games. And as you can see here, I already scheduled the Celtics and Knicks game. That's what we're going to be watching tonight at 7:30. And then I also have the Wolves and Warriors game, which we're going to be watching tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern time. Also some baseball games I can schedule. Sometimes it's live, sometimes it's not. But WNBA definitely be heavily watched when that season officially kicks off. Obviously, I can't wait for that. Website, apparel. Check out the Fact and Stats website for your latest Fact and Stats apparel. If you do not have a Fact and Stats shirt, that is a problem. Whether it was the first design, whether it was the second design, I think I have the second one on right now. I think I do. Fact and Stats with a speaking mind. I think it was the second. Or whether it's the third design. Can't remember what that. I do remember what that one is. Last but not least, this is the fourth design that I am wearing. I mean, not wearing, but have behind me. If you do not have a Facts and Stats shirt, I would love for you all to check out the website and get a Fact and Stats shirt. And as you can see, shirts are in stock. I ordered some more shirts in all the colors. These are 2 off-white shirts I got to ship out. Have the white shirt here, black, blue, pink, more off-white shirts back here. So if you do not have a Facts and Stats shirt, make sure you all check out the website. I just ordered some more vinyl too. I had to order some more vinyl. Shout out to Rye. Yeah, I should be shipping out two or three more orders today. So yeah, Fact and Stats apparel, factandstats.us is the website. Please make sure you all get a Fact and Stats shirt if you don't have a Fact and Stats shirt, especially if you plan on coming to the cookout June 21st. You can wear that shirt or you can wear whatever you want. But I would love for you all to pull up in a Fact and Stats shirt, particularly this design. If not this design, that still doesn't really matter. Support is support, or having a Fact and Stats shirt period on is great regardless. White, black, safety pink, light blue, and off-white. Off-white is the most popular one right now. Please check out the website. It's factandstats.us if you do not have any Fact and Stats apparel. Fact and Stats Gambling Discord. Myself and many others pretty much share plays daily. You'll see some winners. You'll see some losers. You'll see some good hits. You'll see some bad beats. That's what gambling is all about. Please feel free to join the Fact and Stats Gambling Discord. The link should be on this page as well. To join. If not, DM me on TikTok. I said TikTok. DM me on Twitter at Fact and Stats _ and I'll send it to you, or even Instagram and I'll send it to you. Same thing when it comes to starting the show. Who sold your parlay? When it comes to starting the show, who sold your parlay? For me, I had a good Saturday, but the way gambling is, just be up and down. So I had a good Saturday, and I circled over to yesterday and freaking Jokic don't get freaking 5 assists. I took him for 5 assists. 5 assists. Jokic don't get 5 assists. That was my bad beat yesterday. And I should have won his rebounds. But I thought 5 was cool. But I should have won his rebounds. Like I said, it is what it is. I should have won his rebounds. That's just solely my fault, to be honest. I don't even get mad at that. That's solely my fault. Anybody got sold yesterday? One off on a parlay. Anybody got sold yesterday? D Mitch. Oh, also, anybody, feel free to join the stage. The link to join the stage is pinned in the comments every day. The link. Rebound lotto, just 2 off by SGA. Yeah, that's bad. That's bad, but you close. Shit. You close. SGA, Andrew, what's good? I see a couple of ones. I see a couple of bad beats into the chat. Ted say who I like tonight. I like the Celtics and the Wolves. Celtics and Wolves. Whole OKC, whole Nuggets, whole Cavs. All right. Players of the day or players over the weekend, any sport, bruh. Man, for me, I'm gonna just say Aaron Judge. I don't even know if he played. I don't know what he did yesterday. I don't know what he did over the weekend. But I seen an insane stat yesterday, and I gotta read it off, bro. It say Aaron Judge game with 0 hits in 2025 is 6. Aaron Judge game with 3+ hits in 2025 is 7. This man has more games with 3+ hits than games with 0 hits. I'm shouting out Aaron Judge. I don't know if he did. I don't know if he did anything yesterday. I don't know if he did anything Saturday, but I'm shouting out Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge, you are a dog. Straight up.
People will really tell you Derek Jeter better than him. That man is ridiculous, bro.
Yeah, that's an insane stat. So I wanted to give Aaron Judge a shout out. That's my player of the day. Yeah, that's my player of the day that I want to highlight. This. Oh, he had a home run Saturday. Perfect. Anybody else want to shout out anybody across any sport? Anybody want to shout out anybody across any sport? Anybody in the chat? Anybody in the chat? 2 homers Saturday, 4 hits yesterday. Hey, bruh. 2 homers Saturday, 4 hits on Sunday. He's on a ridiculous run right now.
Nigga, I loaded up dude with the home runs. This nigga home run was plus 150.
Oh, nah, that's super low. Yeah, that's
He's ridiculous, bro. Yeah. He's ridiculous, bro.
Riley Smith, right wing for the Vegas Golden Knights for his buzzer beater versus the Oilers. Shout out to him. That's a good shout. Shout out to Aaron Judge. Shout out to him. I don't know if there's anybody on the NBA side of things that's worth shouting out, really. It's really shout out to the whole Pacers team and how they performed in that first half and pretty much how they performed throughout the whole entire game. They came out on some different type of timing yesterday. They came out in damn near a full court press from the tip off. They were pressing from the tip off after every made basket, straight press. They fed off their crowd energy. They fed off the crowd vibes, and they stepped on the Cavs. I think it was like 80-39 at halftime. So shout out to the whole entire Pacers team. I want to give them a big shout out. The NFL. We are getting a match. I'm gonna jump off to kicking the show off with this part right here. We are getting a week 1 match, Cowboys versus the Eagles. Personally, for me, hold on, wait, I dropped some more names. Padres, the whole Padres team winning 21-0 on Saturday. Shout out to them. Jason Dominguez hit 3 homers on Friday night. Shout out to him. Mike, Dallas Star Center, 1 goal and 2 assists. Shout out to him. Thank y'all. Miko, sorry. Shout out to him as well. But to kick off the NFL season, we're getting Cowboys versus the Eagles. Week 1, Lawrence, what's good morning, my brother? We are getting Cowboys versus Eagles, week 1. My little brief thoughts on it. These teams over the past, obviously outside of last year, but these teams felt like they were on the same. Well, both of these teams had some good seasons. I'll put it like that. Both of these teams had some good seasons over the last 4 years. Obviously, the Eagles have the 2 Super Bowl appearances with a Super Bowl ultimately. The Cowboys failed to reach that with a couple of bad losses to the 49ers or whatever the case may be. But they were a 10+ win team for the most part all the time, or 12 or whatever. I think they even got a season winning 13. Over the last 5 years. If I'm off by game. But when you think of the NFC East, you always thought of these 2 teams first. And now the Commanders are entering or trying to knock down that door after the season that they just had. I like this week 1 matchup. Personally, 2 black quarterbacks for 1. Both teams are healthy week 1, so you can't really put much excuses to anything. Both teams are healthy week 1. Eagles are still going to be dominant on both sides of the ball. Obviously, a couple of guys departed or not there anymore. The Cowboys are back more so on the healthy side of things on both sides of the ball. Obviously, they lost DeMarcus Lawrence this offseason, but on the offensive side, getting a guy like George Pickens to be alongside of CeeDee Lamb, I think that's big for them. This is a good matchup. Cowboys, Eagles, NFC East. I like it. If I had to guess, obviously predict who's going to win the game, I think the Eagles ultimately come down with the win in this game. The Cowboys are still going to be working things out and putting things together. while the Eagles are going to be familiar with how they want to operate offensively and defensively. So, um, I'm gonna go with the Cowboys. I said that all wrong. I'm gonna go with the Eagles. But when it comes to Week 1 matchup, I like it. I did see on Twitter that if they wanted to do something else or pick a different game, they could have went with the Eagles and the Commanders, the NFC East title rematch. But I don't think nothing get bigger than the Cowboys, who's still America's team at the end of the day, versus the Super Bowl champs, Philadelphia Eagles, Week 1. So I like the game. Shaggy, B Young, or D Mac, y'all want to comment on anything on Week 1? I know the rest of the schedule, as far as what week you play. These teams get released at 8 p.m. I want to say today it is. I think it's
Yeah,
8 p.m. Yeah,
Wednesday.
8 p.m.
yeah. I'm cool.
Wednesday, yeah, the 14th. My bad.
Commanders. I'm cool. I ain't want to see Command. I'd rather see this than Commanders. Look, Commanders still puppies. I mean, if it was any other matchup, I really wanted to see Eagles Lions, Eagles Chiefs, Eagles Ravens, Eagles Bills. Commanders, nah. Cowboys probably the only NFC team I wanted to see. I would like to see. I really no. I said Lions, yeah, but yeah, I think it's gonna be a cool matchup. Eagles probably win by 10 plus. Like you said, they already, I don't, I don't think Trevor is gonna be there. I think he come back like mid-season, so cool matchup, cool Week 1 win for the Eagles. So ain't
Forgot
too bad.
about Diggs.
I would have rather seen the Lions though. Yeah, if they gonna play them eventually in the year, probably prime time. But Lions Eagles would have been good for me. Or
What
Eagles
what,
Yeah,
Ravens. Eagles
what
that
Ravens.
week Diggs got hurt again with that ACL?
It wasn't an ACL.
What was it? What
What
was his
It
ACL?
injury?
was, huh?
What was Diggs' injury?
Forgot it wasn't no ACL though.
it was ACL
He
You
tore it.
sure?
2023,
I don't
right?
think he. I don't
No,
think he
he
tore
No,
got
it.
injured. He got injured last
2024,
season. He got injured
2024,
last season.
D-Mac.
Oh,
Yeah, he got injured last season.
Yeah, he got injured towards the end of the year
It
last
but
wasn't
it
season.
no
was something. It
ACL.
wasn't. It wasn't an ACL. It was like cartilage
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
I
It
think he.
wasn't an ACL.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't, I think he's gonna be on the stop the public on the training camp. So I don't know if he'll be back for this game, but he been on IG training and shit. So I don't know.
Okay, yeah, here it is. Yeah, it was cartilage that he repaired in December of 2024. So they
Oh,
said
so
Yeah,
yeah, they said that it'll come, it'll come up against the training camp timeline. So we'll see when he's back as far as that's concerned.
he
Yo,
should
D
be he
Mac.
yeah,
should be he should be good then, right?
We're,
yeah.
yeah, I mean, if he doesn't have a setback,
If he can play, yeah,
yeah,
D
Yeah,
Mac.
it'll
it's a
just
big
be
if.
more if they want to throw him out there. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't think they're
yes,
gonna put him out
possible.
there early.
That's a
Doesn't it
short
feel
week, and
good?
it's against a good-ass team.
Yeah.
You're really the only one up here in like the recent history that like we're the fucking gold standard of this goddamn league. Doesn't it feel like
Oh
amazing?
boy. Oh boy.
You know what I mean, D Mac?
I
Opening
know
day,
you're happy to have opening night. I was surprised that they
play,
went with
play.
divisional game. I think the last one was Cowboys Giants in 2012, but
You know they
this
gotta. You know they gotta make. And I put this in quotations. America's team. You know we have to carry the load for America's team, so they gotta put them on. They know if they put the fucking Eagles with them, they'll do good numbers. But if
No,
they really
brother.
wanted to do, if they really wanted to do a divisional rivalry,
This
I mean
nigga
it's
be
us, and
wow.
Washington. So, but
No,
we'll
it's
let.
not.
We'll,
Why
It's
would
y'all
why?
and who? It's
No,
y'all
it's
and
not
who?
This
Washington.
I
No,
mean
it's
that's
not
not true,
Washington.
Washington's a bigger
prophet.
Commanders are not better than the Cowboys.
Washington's a bigger threat to the Cowboys than
No, they're
the
not.
other
How can you say that?
That's not
because they
true.
are because they have a
That's
franchise quarterback.
So does the Cowboys. What are you talking about?
They got a good franchise quarterback.
he's a
Bro, we, we,
clown, bro.
we should honestly, Ev and D Mac and Shaggy and B Young, like, and this is no disrespect, but like, we are better
Nah,
on the
go
most.
ahead.
We are better. Like to talk about the game for real, we are better on both sides of the most important positions in football, and that's the offensive and defensive line. We have the corners to slow down the guys they have, even though they're great. And our biggest advantage offensively for the Eagles is our running game. And the biggest disadvantage for the Cowboys defense is their run defense. I mean,
Yeah, the game's not gonna be close. It's not gonna be a competitive game.
yeah, we like on every facet of the game, like, and obviously it's gonna be close. And we split with the
Yeah,
Cowboys.
it's gonna be close.
It's all
Yeah, I
jokes.
was getting to that. I was getting to that.
It's all jokes and stuff like that with the Cowboys. But we always split with them. But I mean, really, we just dominate this fucking league with the way we play football. And it's not just to the Cowboys. The way the Eagles play football is just such a dominating type of football, and it just hurts the other team. Like last year, you saw we started some games slow in the beginning of the season. Like we had a lot of games where we started slow, but then after you just keep punching somebody in the mouth with that run game, with that offensive line, you just blow the game wide the fuck open. And then towards the end of the year, where we caught our stride, it was just like it's over for everybody. And we honestly got better this year. Our defense, the holes that we lost, I feel like we filled them. So I don't know, man. We're fucking stacked.
For
We
sure.
should we, we
So
should
so
spank the
undefeated,
fuck out of these boys.
undefeated season,
What's that?
There he go.
undefeated
Oh no,
season.
you know how that works. That's almost impossible. But
Nah,
I
I'm
mean, we
fucking
should win
with you.
14 games.
Facts,
I mean,
Jaja.
Nah, I'm fucking with you. Yeah, I think I should win like 13, 14 games. No bias. But now look, I think it's a good. I knew they probably gonna do that, but uh, honestly speaking, like I know process don't fuck with my quarterback. He does well against them niggas. Any team the Eagles got, he does well against them niggas. You can go look that shit up. He kind of own them niggas. Kind of owns them niggas.
How
Who
much?
Dak?
So yeah,
How much?
I already bet BJ 100. That nigga text me off the early talking about $100 week
Damn.
one. I said,
Damn. Yeah.
I said, man. Yeah, he texted me off the early morning air. I'm like, nigga,
That nigga
this
BJ.
nigga
Oh, Dak is 9-4 against the Eagles.
who
Okay.
you bet?
Be
Hold on.
Well,
Who you bet
be
with?
he bet
BJ.
BJ.
This fucking guy, man. He's about to be going to hiding.
Yeah.
bro,
Yeah.
you and him are still betting process?
No, bro, he owes me $500, but he just doubled or nothing.
Oh,
On,
hell nah.
This nigga, bro.
he owes
He doubled or nothing on what?
he doubled or nothing on the fucking Celtics Knicks series. I said sure, whatever. Even
You
though
took the you took the Knicks?
yeah, bro, I actually feel fucking bad. I was like, bro, you could take anybody you want. We could bet double or nothing. He's also the type of person who's a complete fucking mush. You know what a mush?
A mush?
A mush is somebody.
Yeah,
A
if you
mush.
bet on them, they're gonna lose for sure.
They fucking lose. So
It's a great-
anybody,
that's a great curse.
it's like you ever heard the saying, "Anything I touch turns to gold." Anything BJ touches turns to shit. So I would take anything against him. Every time he bets somebody against me, he fucking bro. He bet the first game of the Celtics Knicks series, double or nothing, and the
That
Celtics
nigga,
the Knicks came all the way back and won.
that nigga
BJ.
BJ gonna have to wash dishes at Cosmos, bro. When that shit all done.
Nah, the Celtics are gonna win the series.
That nigga great. But I think it's gonna be a good game. If I had it, yeah, the Eagles probably take it because we got a new team a little bit. So I think it'll be a close game, divisional game or whatever. I want to see
Be
how.
young. How do you feel about that being like a divisional game on a Thursday opening like whatever? Because I saw
I
some
think
Cowboys fans that were mad at it.
I ain't mad at it. Yeah, be this a team like the Eagles, like how they hit their stride later in the season last year. This one actually and we know them niggas since they division. You want to get them niggas early if you want to get a win. Be honest with you, you want to get them niggas early rather than yeah. I am. I ain't tripping over it. We know them niggas. They know us. So yeah, I ain't tripping over it. It's gonna be the same thing. Can we stop Saquon? I think we gonna slow on them niggas. Honest with
Well,
you.
one
I think we gonna
cause,
slow. I don't think they got nobody for CD or George for real. My opinion.
huh?
That's just my opinion.
Wait, what?
They don't.
Quinion Mitchell shut down everybody he faced last year.
He faced Cooper Rush, my nigga.
And I'm not talking about y'all. He shut
Yeah,
down Jamar. He shut down
yeah.
Jamar Chase and Joe
And
Burrow, dog.
and in the second game when we played y'all, he was getting cooked a little bit against our fourth
Nah,
with our fourth receiver.
nah.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Quinion is a
He got
dog, bro.
he got cooked that game against our fourth receiver.
He's a
He gave
top
he gave
five.
him a touchdown at the end of the game.
He's a top
No,
five.
no, he didn't. He got beat on a double move too, and Cooper Rush overthrew him.
The
Nigga,
game was over.
Top five.
yeah, man, don't do that. No, it wasn't. But
He's a top
anyways,
You talking about an
and
incompletion, bro?
Cooper Rush, nigga, ain't like it was that
top
on the
five
fucking ball.
corner. Top five corner going up against the top five
I wouldn't
receiver.
say top five. He like top seven ish.
He's top five.
Yeah, he's a good corner, but yeah, I think it's gonna be a good game. I ain't mad at the week one. Get this shit out of the way.
And
So
also
I'm good with it.
the one cause of concern for the Eagles is we got a new OC. and he's one of the puppets that was in our system last year, our coaching staff last year. I'm not worried,
Who you talking
but
about?
it does cause concern because Nick's probably going to take the reins back.
He's talking about their new OC.
Yeah, we got a new OC. Remember, we had your boy Kellen Moore, who
Oh
you
yeah,
told me.
shit.
Y'all can take him back. Please take him back. He's doing dumb shit already.
So, yeah, I don't know what you guys are talking about. I know we had a good team, but Moore was a good OC last year. But I think that the problem is, what's his name's going to take the reins back a little bit more, and hopefully he doesn't get fucking stupid because he has a tendency to be a fucking idiot.
Who's y'all new OC process?
He's an Italian brother.
Oh, you should like him then.
It's a guy. It's a guy that was already with the Eagles. Ev. It's not like a new person.
You should like him then. He Italian.
Okay.
Like your
Process.
peoples.
Who your top 5 corners?
They promoted Kevin Patillo.
Kevin
Does he have
Patillo.
like a tree? Like
Yeah, Shaq, you think
where does he
Quignon top
come
5?
from?
He was working under Jesus Christ. Why does his name jump out of my head? Whoever the offensive coordinator
Can you
was.
hear me or no?
Kellen
I
Moore.
cut out.
Thank you, Jesus.
Oh, so he's a
Yeah.
Kellen Moore guy. He's been with
Yeah.
Kellen the entire time.
Can you guys hear me or
right.
no?
Who your top
Yeah,
5
we can hear
corners?
you. We can hear you.
Kevin,
Yeah, right.
his name's
Okay.
Kevin Patullo. He was under us last year, and he was with Moore. He's one of his guys. So hopefully they give him the reins, but I don't know.
He also worked under Frank Wright in Indy too.
Okay.
Okay.
Shaggy say, who your top 5 corners?
Wait, you don't think?
Process?
Wait, top
Go
5
ahead,
corners,
Shaq.
Stingley.
Yes.
Or no, I'm sorry. Jesus Christ. Surtain and Gonzalez are 1 and 2, interchangeable. I think that's stamped right there.
Mm-hmm.
I like Stingley. I don't know about I think he'd be next. And,
Yeah,
and
Stingley,
honestly,
dog.
after that, it's up for grabs who could be 4th, depending on like health. But I mean, bro, Quignon, who would you put
Oh, you
above
not
Quignon?
you don't like Trent McDuffie?
Yeah, I like McDuffie, but I think Quignon could be better than him.
Yeah,
I think he
McDuffie
can.
McDuffie not top 5. He cool though.
I think he
Yeah,
could be better
like
than
I
McDuffie.
don't think McDuffie's ass, but I think that Quignon could be better than him.
McDuffie a dog.
Y'all love these 1 year wonders when we've seen guys be elite.
He's not a dog when he
Bro,
goes
it's
to
not
the
1
I'll
year
tell
though.
you that.
It's not 1
Oh, you
year
don't like him,
wonder.
Shaggy?
It is 1 year. We've
No,
only
it's not.
we've only seen 1 year of high level play from Stingley and Quignon at this point. And
No,
cornerback is notoriously an up and down position.
I'm
Now,
just saying-
if you want to say that they're going to be better, go ahead. But I disagree.
Yeah, that's true.
And also,
Yeah, that's
saying
true.
Gonzalez and PS2 are interchangeable, it's nuts. PS2 is easily better.
No, they're definitely interchangeable.
What? Bro,
He's definitely
Christian
the best
Gonzalez,
They're definitely interchangeable.
especially you look around. Surtain.
PS2 is the best corner in the game. It's not a question mark.
Yeah. PS2. I
Who y'all
said
say the top 5 corners is? I missed that. Who did y'all just say?
Gonzo nice though.
It's
I said-
processes list.
I said Ev. I said 1 and 2 is Sting. God, I keep saying Sting. Surtain and then Christian Gonzalez. But then I said they could be interchangeable this year. Then I said Stingley, and then after that, I mean, like you could put Quignon's name right there. Shaggy mentioned McDuffie, and I said, yeah, McDuffie's great, but like I don't think that Quignon can't be better than Trent McDuffie this year. I mean, bro, Quignon Mitchell, and I know it's a 1 year thing, like D-Mac was saying, but that was a 1 year thing that he looked like a fucking polished veteran cornerback out there, and he didn't have the help of a Surtain.
Process. You named 5 names, all right? Like you named even with Quignon. Like
No,
you
I
just
know,
named
but I'm
5 people.
saying,
That
I
could
don't
just
know
be your 5, even with McDuffie and Quignon. They
Yeah,
just
I
all
don't know if
fit.
Quignon would be 4th or McDuffie would be 4th.
Yeah. But those would be your top 5. Like still trying to order them, but those would be your top 5.
Yeah, and then I gotta give.
What do you mean that Quignon didn't have the help?
No.
Yeah, I don't get.
Quignon, like going into the season, obviously people were saying that all the problems that the Eagles have, and they didn't know who was going to be on the other side of him, like and shit like that. But he became the number 1 corner on the team with Slay. He was the guy.
So you disagree that he didn't have help, or you were just mentioning
at the beginning? No, at the beginning they were saying like he didn't have help, and then obviously the Eagles defense became what it was, and Vic Fangio did a great job. But I meant to say also when the interchangeable stuff, Surtain had such a good defense, and he was a big part of it. You look at the New England Patriots, bro, and they have a decent defense. But Gonzalez
But we do
is
not.
all
But we
they
do not
had
have a
in that.
decent defense. That's not true.
I said it's decent. It's not great, but I'm just saying
It's
compared
ass.
to what compared to what Surtain had to
No,
work with.
if you want to argue the pass rush standpoint, that's fine. We've seen Surtain be great over these multiple years, even when their pass rush wasn't as stout as it was specifically last year. So that's where my pushback would come in.
Right. And then also,
Oh,
I
fuck
like
that.
what's the guy from Chicago's name? He's good too.
Jalen Johnson.
Jalen Johnson.
Yeah, he's tough. So maybe
Yeah, he better than McDuffie. Yeah, he's at 4 for me.
But I do actually have him in my top 5 personally.
I
but
don't know about that
Jalen
shit.
Johnson, the dog.
Bro, Mr. McDuffie is not. He's
Shaggy
You
hates
think-
Trippy Duffy for
bro, every time he goes against one-on-ones, he get cooked.
I
Like,
understand.
come on, bro. He not
You
that.
think Shag? You think?
Why
You
be
think?
treating Trey
Gonzo-
McDuffie like he really have a lockdown corner? The
You
guy
feel-
should have won the throw
Exactly.
boy.
You feel what I'm saying?
Oh,
Every
boy.
time
Oh,
we see
man.
this
I
man
guess,
go
There's
against
very
somebody
few
that's
lockdowns.
That man, they
good,
good
that's
corner or they good
Exactly.
team. Like that's
Exactly.
he's a
He's
good corner on a good
on
team.
a good team. And I
Y'all
think
think
Trip McDuffie's game is basically scheme-based, gang. Everything is
yeah,
scheme.
that's not true at all. It's not
With
even
that
close
team.
to true.
Everything
Not
else,
even
give me everybody
close
with
to
him.
true. Incredible lie.
Give me
He got some
Gonzo, give me
I
guess,
Surtain, give me Jalen Johnson. over
Y'all
him.
talk about what these guys did as rookies. As a rookie, Trip McDuffie matched up with Jamar Chase and held him to 4 targets and 37 yards in the AFC Championship game when L'Jarius Sneed went out in the second play of the game. So y'all talk about what these
I
guys
mean,
can
I like
do.
Is that-
McDuffie.
is
That's
that
what
the-
Trip McDuffie can do.
No, like he was getting a lot
But
of help.
that's okay. I understand.
He was getting a lot of help.
He's on the Chiefs. You got to hate on him. It is what it is.
He was getting a lot
That
of
damn
help.
sure can't.
I'm
do
not
it.
hating on McDuffie. I think McDuffie.
He was getting a lot of help. I'm just saying, we just seen this man in
Damn
his
sure know the
career
Patriots
getting
ain't got
fucked
shit
on.
for him. That's for
AJ
sure.
Brown was having his way
Niggas
with him.
gonna put out
That.
Kyle Williams bum ass. Yeah, okay.
AJ Brown was having his way with him.
Hey, so Shag,
I
you
guess,
got Gonzo.
AJ
You got
Brown's a
Gonzo
I
little
guess,
number one.
Of course.
yo, Ev, I guess
AJ
Sauce.
Brown
I
has
guess
a
I
way
ain't
Sauce
with
mad
is
at that.
numbers, too.
I ain't mad at that.
You said, hold
Sauce,
on. You said AJ Brown did. Hold up, Prosper. You said AJ Brown
AJ
did
Brown
what?
will have his way with Christian Gonzalez too.
When?
He will.
When?
When they
Oh, he
match
said
up.
he
When they
will. He
played,
said
it
he
ain't happen.
will.
I said he will.
When they played, it ain't happen.
Did they need him?
When they played, it ain't happen.
Did they need him? What did Saquon do in that game?
That shit was strapped. Everybody we seen got strapped.
What did Saquon do in
Only
that game?
person that ever gave us problems was Stephon
What did
Diggs. Only
Saquon do in that
person
game?
ever. Only person ever.
What
That
did
shit was
Saquon do in
strapped.
that game?
That shit was strapped.
What did Saquon do in that game?
Wait, when did Saquon? We
Bro, that
played
wasn't
the
that year. We
Patriots
played.
last year?
That was a rookie year. That
Yeah, I
was
was
a
gonna
rookie
say.
when they matched up. They didn't have
We
Saquon.
played.
Oh,
You
yes.
played the
That was
Patriots 2
running
years.
elementary offense, man.
He
I
went.
hear that shit, man.
He went out
That's running
early against
elementary
CD,
offense.
so we ain't get to
These
see that.
niggas didn't even have an offensive system. I don't even want to hear that. It's not even a good comparison.
Oh, man, now the Eagles
Y'all
didn't
didn't even have the Eagles were running a fucking trash ass offensive scheme back then.
Yo, Shaggy, I guess your boy Sauce isn't in these talks anymore.
Oh,
My
you
boy.
mean you mean
My boy.
Yeah, I know
Well,
Trayvon Diggs bum ass ain't in these fucking talks either.
That was never my guy. He's ass.
Y'all hyped the shit out of
D-Mac.
him.
You were early on the.
D-Mac. No,
Y'all hyped the shit out of him like he wasn't getting torched.
you said what?
Hey, I got one that's coming though. Nate Wiggins is coming. I got one that's coming. Trust me.
He's gonna be
Okay.
good.
Okay.
Oh,
Watch.
Nate
I
Wiggins.
got one that's coming.
Nah,
Marlo used to be top 5, top 10, but now Nate is going to come in. Nate, watch. Nate, I got one that's coming, bro.
I agree with Ev. I think Nate Wiggins is gonna be a fucking
Ain't
dog.
nobody worried.
Nate gonna be a stud, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Nah, right. Sauce had some hype. I was with it too. Sauce had some hype. I was with it for sure. Sauce had some hype. But shout out to
Did he
Stingy
just
though.
say nobody was hyping up Sauce?
Yeah, I
bro?
don't know why he said that. I don't agree
So,
with that.
Shaggy had to fucking walk everybody off the ledge over there.
But
Wait,
Stingy is really good.
who said nobody was hyping up Sauce?
Right, type that.
Right, Tyler.
Like in
No,
general or in here?
A lot of people.
He said it. He said in
Yeah.
here.
I'll
Ari.
tell you who's getting hyped up. By the way, I saw fucking. I don't know. I forget what fucking post it was. I almost had a heart attack. They had the top 10 corners this year
Oh.
going into it, and they had fucking Travis Hunter above Quinion. You want to talk about getting overhyped? I
Oh,
almost
yeah,
had
that's, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
That's
I mean
ridiculous.
That's crazy.
That's ridiculous. I ain't gonna
That's
lie.
insane.
they had Hunter at 6. I said, what the fuck?
That's
He
ridiculous.
hasn't even
That's
fucking played
ridiculous.
a snap.
Wait, do you know like who else he was above? Like I know you probably just saw Quinyon and blacked out, but like do you know who else he was
No,
above?
let's see who else was on there. Oh my god.
What's the
Because to be
source?
6, that
What's
means
the
he's
source?
above 4.
It was one of those
It was like a fantasy rankings thing. It was
Not fantasy because they don't even play fantasy for that cornerback
Well,
shit.
you could do it IDP,
but
but yeah.
it was a fantasy site that put out the rankings. Was what I'm
Oh
saying.
yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, it was
What
something.
was it
Yeah,
like? Not Roto Baller.
It was
it
one
might
of
have been
those.
Sleeper.
sleepers. I don't
I
know.
saw the graphic over the weekend. Whatever.
Okay.
I don't know. I saw a graphic and he was
Process. You want to bet too?
Did he cut out?
on the first game.
Yeah.
Sure, we can bet whatever you
Nah,
want.
bet it.
All
Damn,
right,
can I get
so
that bet, be on?
You said what?
Can I get that bet, brother?
Nah, I bet I smack the shit out you. That's why I'm.
Oh, I see what you're talking about. You're talking about
Nah, I'm fucking with you.
the ML football one.
Probably,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, he was
What's
above Quenya, Marlon Humphrey, J.C. Horn, Denzel Ward, Sauce, Devin Witherspoon, Christian Benford, Carlton Davis, and Cooper DeJean. It was top 15.
right?
And
He
that's
was
top.
he was sixth, right, or
Yeah,
something like
he
that.
was six. He was six. Yeah, it went PS2, Gonzo, Stingley,
I think
McDuffie,
you bugging.
Jalen Johnson, and then Trev.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, at least we got the first six names right, except for him.
Yeah, but it's still crazy for somebody we've never seen play an NFL snap at cornerback.
And he's
Process. You
got things to
bugging.
learn at
He
quarterback
definitely not
too.
top five. He's
He's
definitely
got
not
a
top
lot of
six.
things to learn at cornerback before he can even enter these
I
conversations.
was watching videos of him at camp, bro, and I want the kid to do good. I don't want to hate on him. I have no reason to hate on him, but he is small.
Oh,
He
the
is
Who
Jaguar
small.
Travis?
videos, yeah.
Who
Fuck.
Travis?
Yes,
Yeah. He need to hit the
he
weight
catches
room.
that
He
ball
suck.
across the middle at receiver. He's getting his shit fucked up. That's all I know.
Yeah, he needs to get a
You
That's why
imagine
he's
Kyle
beefy.
using
Hamilton?
unlimited routes.
Imagine Kyle Hamilton
Nah,
is just
niggas gonna have
fuck.
nah, niggas gonna have their way with him. Trust me.
If,
Offensive
They
and
going
defensive.
they need
Guys gonna
yeah,
have their way with him.
they need to get him the weight room immediately.
imagine one of these crazy ass safeties see him coming across the middle, or if he gets caught by a linebacker, he's fucked.
Where
Yeah,
that
they
kid,
say he's 185, but he don't look it, in my
yeah,
opinion.
they can run some of us out with him though. Motion them, keep him from getting jammed and shit.
Also,
They could
like
do
if
some
he
stuff
does
with him.
go up against at cornerback, if he does go up against one of these big physical receivers like AJ Brown, like or DK Metcalf, like they're gonna fuck his ass up,
Well,
don't
it
you think?
depends. It depends on what covers they run. What do the
Well, he's his
Jaguars
own
run?
corner. He's his own
Yeah,
corner.
yeah.
I'm
What
gonna
do
be
they run?
very clear. Be young. It don't matter what coverage they run it. If he lines up against, if he somehow ends up across from AJ Brown and DK Metcalf, which is what process is saying, that's
Hmm.
going to be a bad thing.
His specialty is zone though. Like he a hell of a zone corner. So I don't. Yeah, I see what you're saying, but
I
I
mean,
don't think they're gonna have.
I get what you're
Yeah,
saying in terms of like what he's good at, but like
yeah, I get what
if
you're
they
saying.
truly want to do and from what I heard from allegedly what Jacksonville said to him in like the draft process is that they're gonna play him significantly on significant snaps on both sides of the ball. They're not gonna only be able to run zone because that's what Travis is good at. You
That's
know,
true. Well, that's what I was saying.
he's gonna get caught in other schemes,
Yeah,
and
I don't think they have him pressing a lot. That's what I mean. I don't think
I
they.
would
I
hope
think
not.
yeah, he gonna be
Yeah,
off a little bit.
but like,
it,
who are the other corners on Jacksonville? He's supposed to be like the corner, right?
That's a good
Campbell.
question.
No, they still got my dog Campbell, right? They think they still got my dog Campbell, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Campbell.
Tyson
Yeah,
Campbell.
Georgia. Yeah,
Tevin
Tyson
Campbell,
Campbell.
Oh,
yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
number
yeah,
two.
yeah,
yeah. I think that's the CB1, if I'm
Oh,
not mistaken. Let me
and
go
by
yeah.
the
check
way,
right now.
W
That
Devontae
would be
Smith
smart.
is small and
It is
lanky and
Tyson.
whatever.
Yeah.
Uh,
Tyson Campbell.
Devontae Smith is like tiny, like you're saying, like fucking skinny and shit like that. But I don't know. He just looks different. I don't know. Maybe it's just I don't know. Smitty just looks different.
Nah,
Nah,
he's
that
still
nigga
skinny,
tiny,
bro.
but he
Yeah,
just does a good job at avoiding
he's
hitting.
still skinny, bro. He just super
Yeah,
skinny.
yeah.
No,
I
no,
mean,
no.
Smitty's
fuck.
Yeah,
small as shit
I guess.
too.
But
I
he
guess he
runs
looks
routes at
different when
such
he
a level
plays.
that
That's
he
what I'm
can avoid
saying.
the hits. That's really what
Bro.
comes to.
It's like skill wise, it's a significant gap between Smitty and Travis Hunter, bro. Like it's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
close,
I'm just
bro.
Yeah,
saying,
One
like,
million
yeah,
Like it's
percent.
not
significant
close,
creating
bro.
space.
Yeah.
obviously Smitty's small as fuck, but like it just looks different with him because he just
I mean, it's like what they said. He's just such a technical wide receiver that like his size, him being skinny, don't really matter. He's also tall too, like right? Smitty's like what?
Nah, he like
6
5
foot.
6'1".
Yeah,
Oh
6
damn,
foot.
6'1". Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
6
Because
foot.
Well,
Travis
Hunter's
is
really
what?
6'2".
Yeah,
Travis
Travis
Hunter.
like
Yeah, I was about to say
6'1".
Not
Travis is like
6'2",
6 foot.
6 foot
Okay,
as well.
Yeah.
And
okay.
he and Pause, he long too. We got like
I
long
was about to say
arms and shit.
Smitty is long. I think that's why I
Yeah,
think
his
he's
arms,
taller than what he
Travis
is.
his
too.
arms
That
are
that
fucking.
helps. Yes.
Yeah,
He
Travis got
might
some
be
long
like
ass
my
arms
favorite.
too.
He might go down as one of my favorite Eagles of all time. By the way,
Man, fuck that nigga.
I
I
It's
can
still
fucking
see
it's
that
still
being a
insane
thing.
that y'all even got Smitty, bro. Like
I'm
it's that's
I'm
still
I'm
Yeah.
insane.
sorry.
he is.
I hate to just completely interrupt this conversation, but I just watched 55 yards worth of catches of AJ Brown on Christian Gonzalez from 2023.
Oh Lord.
Wait, share the screen. Share the screen.
I
Share the
did.
screen.
This
Share the
nigga
screen.
D Mac,
Oh
man.
damn.
He getting receipts.
He got quiet as we was talking. He was pulling some.
You can share
Shit.
screen on here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh shit, I didn't even know.
What do you think I'm sharing
It
right now,
ju-
T?
I
no,
think
I
he
thought
meant
I
that
thought you host
we.
could do it. I didn't know we could do it from the other side, brother.
I know what you meant, little bro.
Did y'all
All
talk
right.
Pacers already? Not to interrupt.
Do we talk who?
Pacers already? Not to interrupt.
Nah, brother.
No, we started off with the
Yeah, we thought
Started
about it.
football. Okay.
Yo, I remember this
AJ's
game.
at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, I remember this game.
So they in a 1-on-1. Okay, so quick out.
What site is this?
Wait, this was the
The
first
first row.
game of the season,
This is
wasn't it?
most likely NFL Pro.
Okay, so good curl. That's a good ball and catch. Can I see that throw again? Damn.
You'll get a better view of it from the end zone. Oh, yeah, I'll play it
Yeah,
right.
you good. You good. That's a good ball and catch. Did he put that between the linebackers or behind the
Yeah,
linebacker?
between the linebackers.
Damn, that's a good throw. Not one of his best ones, but that's still a good throw.
He's a little behind him, but still that
Yeah.
window.
So they
AJ's at the top of the screen.
Yeah. That's 1-on-1 again. Ooh! That ball late though. That ball late too. That ball late. That's the best work right there. That ball late. How he throw that so late, bro? He could have broke that a little earlier.
I think a little bit of pressure in his face made him throw that ball late.
Top of the screen again.
This is the same game.
Yeah, this is all the same game. Mind you, AJ Brown had 43 yards in total in the Super Bowl, and that was 55 yards worth of catches.
Hold up. Go back. What we watching?
Oh yeah, okay. No, I just showed you what we just watched. Yeah, okay, you're gonna jump on that back.
I had
end.
to drop and come back, bro. You can ask Ed.
Yeah, he did just drop and come back. He just showed us AJ having some good reps against Gonzalez.
Who gives a fuck?
Yeah,
I wanted Gonzo ass to
Absolutely.
travel when he played the Rams. My guy Puka would have burned that nigga too.
You said Puka would have burned him too.
We was 1-2, bro. 2 routes, 1 catch, bro.
Puka's tough. People underrate him. He's a top 7 receiver. He's tough.
Top 7? Oh hell no.
He is top 7. Shaq.
Who your 7,
Oh
Shaggy?
fuck.
That doesn't. Who's your top 7, brother?
Oh hell no.
Y'all saying Puka top 7 wide receiver?
I would say he is.
I always
say
said he's top 10. I didn't specify 7, but I always said he was top 10.
Who's your 7 process?
The obvious top 5 is Jeddah's, Jamar. No order, by the way. CD, AJ, and probably Hill. I'd say are easy top 5. Huh? What do you mean?
Huh?
Am I missing
Obvious.
somebody obvious?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what name he don't like there.
Yes. What are you talking about? Are you missing somebody?
Oh,
Yes.
I know who he wants to put in there.
Who?
Malik
You mean who?
Neighbors.
Number 1 in New York.
Neighbors.
No,
Yeah.
Malik is not
That's
top
crazy.
5.
That's, okay.
Malik Neighbor. I was watching Malik Neighbor the other day. Man, oh man, oh man.
Nah, Neighbors is fucking
Yeah,
tough.
he can't be guarded. Like he can't be guarded.
Wait, side note. Did y'all
Ev,
see
no
that
fuck.
video of Jackson Dart going around? It's kind of viral right now. I don't know. It's back.
Talking about
Dog,
him flipping,
can you like
flipping the
Him
this?
flipping the
ball.
ball.
Yeah, flipping the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fucking Jared Stidham people didn't, or Jake Fromm, I think Jake Fromm people didn't came out the damn woodwork.
There
Wait, what
are
did
Like,
Trump.
what did
Yeah,
Jackson Dart do?
BTJ is coming, Jaja. BTJ is
what
another
it,
good one.
because Jake Fromm used to, that was one of his things, he used to flip the ball, before passing it, like when he caught it, from the
Uh-huh.
height. And there's a video, like in the videos that the Giants posted about, the rookie minicamp camp and stuff like that. You see Jackson Dart doing that, like a few times, and people are like, "Oh, so it was a problem when Jake Fromm did it, but not when Jackson Dart does it." And so now there's been a little discourse about, is it an issue? Is it not an issue? I saw a few people saying that they're kind of worried about it. I saw a few people saying, "Who gives a fuck?"
I,
I just think
I
it's
did.
funny.
I did see a few people mentioning the Shadur Sanders patting the ball thing as well, which ultimately,
Yeah, I saw the patting the ball thing too.
I don't think that
Shaggy, you
matters.
still here?
They started depending on ball shit before the draft though. Like
Yeah,
they
Yeah.
pushing that
that's
shit
no,
way
but
before the
they brought
draft.
it back up when
I,
Dart spun
I
it.
don't agree. I don't agree with the TJ in the chat because of the
What he
situations
said?
they're in. He
Smitty
said
better
Smitty's
than
better than Neighbors,
neighbors.
but if
Hell
Smitty
no.
was but if Smitty was a one though, he'd have the statistics and the numbers to be that kind of caliber.
That
He
nigga,
is.
Ev,
that
He
nigga ain't
ain't,
trying
he
to
ain't,
Ev,
he ain't, no,
do
he ain't fucking with Neighbors though. He ain't
see
better
that
than
shit
Neighbors.
Ev,
Neighbors did last
Yeah.
year.
your man's,
Yeah,
But Shaggy,
your
talent for
man's,
talent.
Yeah,
your
all right.
man's BJ was mad. I ain't have neighbors top 5 too, bro. Like
That
them
nigga
niggas is
neighbors,
too fast with that shit, bro.
that nigga neighbors
T,
has
for you
better.
not having neighbors top five, is it because he's a rookie? Like because he would be coming back? He's just year
Yes,
two. Okay,
he's year
that's fair.
two, and that nigga BJ was getting mad because I kept saying
I
that the
I don't
personally
neighbors
not
care.
had
with you.
BTJ.
I
I get it.
probably wouldn't put neighbors in my top 5 right now because it was only 1 year, but he legitimately has
The
better.
talent is
Yeah,
clearly there.
and DMAC, I don't push back to that argument at all. But you have to show me more than one fucking
No, I
season.
don't
Yeah,
care
I feel
about.
you.
I don't
I
care
feel you.
about the rookie thing. But who the hell are you taking out of the 5 that I named?
Tyreek
That
Hill,
is,
nigga. Fuck you talking about?
who'd you say?
You turned
He
on
said
Tyreek
Hill.
Hill, Shaggy?
Nah, you
Yeah,
can't say
Shaggy
Yeah,
that.
turning
you
on
turned
Reek
on
is
Tyreek
crazy.
Hill. Man,
I'm
Get
not
that
turning.
I
guy,
I'm
him
not.
harder
I'm
than
not
Tyreek
turning
Hill
on
were
him.
two
He's just
players
not
that
better than
Shaggy would
Malik
never
Neighbors.
turn on, yo.
bro. You got
I'm
to get.
not turning
You
on him.
got
He's
to
just
get
not
that
better than
guy.
Malik Neighbors.
I'm
That's it.
not Shaggy. It's hard for me to say 1 year a nigga just better than Tyreek, bro. When nigga was
Tyreek
consensus
Hill,
top 3 for
Shaggy.
like 3 years in a row, and then till last year, that's when you niggas dropped him. It's hard for me to say
Shaggy.
Neighbors just better when he literally has been
That's
y'all top
question.
3 to 4 every year prior to last year.
Tyreek Hill.
Shaggy neighbors stamp better than St. Brown for you?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not mad
Nah.
at that. I think I'm
I
not wrong.
respect.
Are
I
y'all,
respect
for
St.
the
Brown
people
though.
saying no? Or is
St.
it
Brown.
is it just because
Oh,
it's a
I
year? It's
respect
been a
St.
year.
Brown, but he not no gangster. Ed. You know, we get it out the mud. We line up all over the field, outside, inside. He don't line up outside enough for me. He's a hoe. Like he one of them Puka
yo,
niggas.
is this one of the best
In
years?
motion, 80% of the snaps and shit.
You,
And them
you,
shit.
you
Yeah,
know Puka
yeah.
wins everywhere,
Yo,
right?
this
You
is
do know
one of
Yeah,
that,
the
Shaggy,
best.
motion,
right?
Like,
Yeah, yeah.
agent
I
time,
feel you.
all
This
that
is
shit.
one
You
of
know
the
Puka
what's
wins
process.
everywhere, right?
you know
Come
how
on,
like a
man. He
couple
do it against
like
anybody,
back in
bro.
the Brady and Rodgers and Peyton Manning and all them era of quarterbacks, how amazing it was. This might be the era of receivers.
It
There are so many.
absolutely
It
is.
is. It
This
is.
is fucking
1,000,000%.
insane, bro. You go to like the top 20 receivers. You go to like number fucking 17, and he's a fucking dog. Like, bro, Terry McLaurin is probably not a top 10 receiver, and he's a fucking animal.
Is Terry better than Puka?
No,
Hell
but he's
no.
still ridiculous as a receiver.
Yeah, this the receiver era for sure.
Terry
Hey, hey,
McLaurin is
hey,
not.
hey, Shaggy, where do you have Devontae? That's just me asking. Like, not trying to put him
Smitty's top
anywhere.
10.
He ain't in my
No,
top
not
10. I tell you
Smitty.
that.
Adams.
Adams, keep it respectful.
Oh,
He ain't in my
oh,
top
Adam,
10. I tell you that, nigga.
Keep
Adams
it,
is tough.
So where do you have him?
keep it,
Top
keep it
15?
respectful,
Yeah,
nigga.
he around that range, probably top 15, top 20. But he ain't in my top 10.
Nigga, what you mean top 20? Nigga, Devontae Adams is not top 20. It's
He ain't
not
in my
20
top 10.
better. It's not 20 better.
Nah,
20
20 is
receivers better.
crazy,
Yeah,
dude.
that's insane,
I
nigga.
said, why you ignore me saying 15?
You can keep it at 15.
He's
You
right
keep it
there.
at
He's right
15.
there he's right there in the Chris Godwin, Mike Evans range. That's where he's at.
No, he not. He better than both of them. What are you talking about?
No, he's
Devontae
not.
Adams is better. Yes,
Whoa,
he
whoa,
He
is.
whoa,
not
whoa,
better than
whoa,
Mike.
whoa, whoa,
He
whoa,
not
whoa,
better
whoa,
than
whoa,
Mike,
whoa.
bro.
Nigga,
He not
Devontae
better
Adams
than
is better
Mike.
than Mike Evans. What the fuck are y'all
Mike
talking
Evans,
about?
okay.
Okay, I
Mike
can use
Evans.
spell.
Y'all niggas are
Wait,
tripping.
what?
Respect to Mike
spell
Evans.
better.
Devontae Adams is better than Mike Evans. What the hell?
I
He
can
always
name
better than Mike
12
Evans.
better right
Wait, what? Like
I
in
can
this?
name
No, in
12
this.
better right
Ev,
now.
you talking about always? We're talking about
Man,
right
y'all
now
are
in this
tripping,
stages of
bro.
their
Hello.
I'm
career.
telling, bro.
Yeah,
And
I
look,
don't
pull up
care
the
what
whiteboard.
stage it is. Y'all
I
are
can name
tripping.
13
It's because
better
of what
right
he
now.
been playing with, bro, and what he did for
I
himself going
can
to
name
Oakland. I mean, going to Las
13
Vegas,
better
bro.
right
Bro, what the fuck has fucking
Y'all
Mike Evans
tripping.
been playing
He
with?
dealt with a resurgent
Baker.
Baker Mayfield. Like, come on now,
Baker
it's not
for
the
2
same.
years.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh
he
and
was.
fuck,
that's
then
why
he
he's
had
still
time. Never
relevant
mind.
now. He would have went
It
downwards.
was
He had
calm before
time.
that. Or you
He had
forgot
time. I
it.
forgot for 2
hello.
seconds.
You thought about the Jameis shit. That's what you
I
thought of.
sure did. My brain jumped right to
Yeah, keep
James.
ignoring
I
me, nigga.
think
Bro, you
My
throw
I
out.
can't hear you. I can't hear you. What did you
Keep
say?
ignoring me, nigga. I can name 12 better right now. Pull up the whiteboard. What's up?
12 better than Devontae Adams right now.
Yes.
Pull up the
I don't
whiteboard.
care about that. You said
Hold on,
15 to
Ev.
20.
I
Ev,
tried to get to
hold on,
15.
hold
Let
on,
me.
Ev. Let me give you some names. Let me give you some names that.
Bro, you just said Malik
15
Neighbors
is
is better.
crazy.
You just said Malik Neighbors is
Ev,
better than Tyreek Hill.
wait, hold on,
He
Ev.
is.
Ev, let me
What's
give you
up?
some names.
What's up?
Let me give you some names real
Let me
quick.
flip the whiteboard.
Obviously, not the obvious ones. Who you taking this year? Jackson
No, hold on. We got to pull the whiteboard.
Smith
We got to
and
pull the
Jigba.
whiteboard. No. Wait, Price. We got to pull the whiteboard. We got to pull the whiteboard. Chase. Yep. Chase.
Hold on,
Jettis.
let me move my camera out the freaking thing. All right, there we go.
I just want to see how goofy
Go
you
ahead.
is. I want to see how goofy you is.
Chase Jettis,
Chase
AJ.
Jettis. AJ. Lamb. Tyreek. St. Brown. BTJ. Neighbors. Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson. You don't even what?
Oh
You don't
my
Just
even
God,
do
like.
y'all this
the
man
wait,
better
Hey,
than
do
bro,
me.
the
hey,
list.
bro,
Hold
you
on,
don't
hold
even
on, hold
like.
on.
Let him finish. Let him finish. Let him finish. Let him finish.
Bro, you don't even like
Bro,
Garrett
keep
Wilson,
going.
bro.
Keep going, bro. Keep going,
What
bro.
the hell?
Let him
Keep
finish.
going, bro.
Let him
Nico
Let him
Collins.
finish.
I mean, that is right there.
9.
Terry McLaurin.
Bro, put Puka's name on there. Puka's better
Yeah.
than him.
Can you let me keep going, process?
Sorry.
Put Puka. Put Terry. Put Devontae Smith.
Hold on.
I
Can't
don't know
help
how
you
y'all
out,
feel
bro.
about this. I don't know how y'all feel about this, but in the Big 2025, give me Rasheed Rice.
It can be argued.
And give me what number we at?
That's already that's 13. Rice makes
Okay,
13.
I got more. Give me
Oh
JSN
damn.
and Drake London.
JSN is not better than Devontae Adams.
Yes, he is.
No, bro,
Yes,
you're going
he
off
is.
potential.
Yes,
You're
he
going
is.
off potential. You're saying
Yes, he is.
potential for
Right now,
some of
he's
these.
better.
Bro,
But we're
Right now,
talking
he's
about
better.
right
y'all are-
now,
Right now, he's
Ev.
better. Right now, he's better.
If your boy in
That's
New Orleans
16
can
names.
stay healthy, if your boy in New Orleans can stay healthy, he's better too.
He could
Too
be
bad
better.
he
Now
can't.
y'all don't have to say that. He
He
could be
can't
better.
be.
Bro,
JCN would
He
be
got that
better,
head
but right now I
start.
don't like. Come
bro.
on, bro. You gotta.
Right now, JSN
No,
is better than him.
JSN is better
Right now, he's better than him.
right
What
now.
you talking about?
Mike,
I feel like we're
I
missing
still
some
still
too.
want to see
Devontae
Jay.
Adams, you see what you did, man.
do
You see
you
what you
think
did.
T is? Do you think T is better, Shay?
No, T
Hell
is
no.
not better than Devontae
I'm
Adams
Hell no.
either.
asking shit,
Hell
nigga.
no. That's
I
disrespectful.
still
I ain't
want to
gonna lie.
see
That's
JSN
disrespectful.
without DK on his team just to.
Yeah, that's a fair point. That's a fair point.
What's his name? Oh my gosh, I feel like there's a guy. No, not Marvo. Not
Marvin Harrison's not better.
Hell
Not
no.
after
What the
last
fuck?
season. Fuck no.
Nigga, what?
Uh,
He might be this
Hell
year.
He still had
bro,
a damn good rookie
I ain't
year.
gonna lie, bro.
Ev, I'm
No,
sorry I
Tez.
left
No,
you
Tez.
alone
No,
up here,
Tez.
man.
Man, they on
Sorry I left
bullshit,
you alone
Wes.
up here,
These
man.
niggas is on bullshit, bro.
These
All
niggas
these
are
wide
He
receivers,
just
like,
ran
tripping,
off
bro.
50.
all these wide receivers better than Devontae Adams, bro.
Do
I
you
just
Ev,
ran.
not think Mike
I just
Evans
ran
is
off
better
50
than
in the
Tay?
game.
Ev, who
Uh,
do you disagree with on
he
this
not on the
list?
list.
I don't agree with Garrett Wilson.
You out of your fucking mind.
Nigga, he got
I
to the team and outperformed them. What the fuck
yeah,
are we talking about?
he
Hold on,
still look better than Garrett
hold
in
on,
New
hold on,
York.
hold on, hold on, hold on,
He
hold on,
looked
hold on.
better than Garrett
Hold on, hold on,
better
hold
than
on, hold
Garrett
on,
in
hold
New
on,
York
hold on, hold on, hold on,
with
hold on.
Garrett.
I'm not about to do this outperform them shit because him and his little gay boyfriend want best friends want to spam Adams
Ah,
to be
okay,
crying. I ain't
okay,
trying to hear that weak
okay.
ass shit, bro.
What
We
what
seen the
what you
film.
do no
We seen the
longer
film.
matters.
I'll do
We
that
seen the
one
film. Him and
someday.
his boyfriend started spamming charges. We seen the film. Ain't nobody trying to hear that
I'm
shit.
not gonna
DJ,
lie though.
Nobody
Wait,
trying to
wait,
hear that shit.
Shaggy, Shaggy. I
They
got a
ain't trying to hear
question
that
for
shit.
you.
DJ Moore's not
You don't
better than
think
him.
then Devontae Adams?
I think process is just asking names.
Oh,
You
I was
said
about to
what?
say
What
I
process
don't
just
think
said?
so. I don't. DJ
Tez,
Moore.
this
Devontae
is
Adams
people
is
that
DJ
these
Moore,
are wide
nah.
receivers that I think Shaggy and process. I'm not sure if it's process, but I know
Uh,
Shaggy's thinks is better than
Wait,
Devontae
JSN
Adams.
better than Devontae Adams? What the fuck?
he's
Yep.
gonna be a dog this year, bro.
Yeah, going to be could be better, but right now he's still not better.
Yes, he
even
is.
even
Like,
even
Yes,
with
he
that
is. What are you talking
even with
about?
that saying, I think Devontae has a great production year this year. He has the type of quarterback to get him the ball
bro,
consistently.
Devontae's doing a K plus this year, bro. He's going.
Okay,
Like
He's
yeah,
that,
getting
so
right
that
is
back
every
to doing a
receiver
K
I just
plus.
listed. What you talking about?
Right back. Nigga had one down year because he
So
was.
is every
But how
receiver I
much
just
of that
fucking
would
listed.
be
Man,
because he
and
was
Devontae
throwing
Adams
him
probably
the
still has.
ball?
He probably still
what
runs routes better
happened?
than some of these guys. Probably still have better hands than some of
I
these
said
guys.
how much of
What
that
makes
would
him better
be
than Devontae
if
Adams?
with
Better
like
than who?
Stafford throwing him the ball to him?
What makes Derrick Wilson better than Devontae
Like just
Adams?
the
Uh, uh, uh,
opportunity and the fact that
Route
he's
running
gonna have
hands.
Puka.
Yeah,
I
And
think
Rice is
he
not better than him
because
yet
because
either.
I think Tay's
because
gonna do
what?
great in
And Terry
in
McLaurin is not
Atlanta.
better than
Ari,
him.
to be
Okay,
fair,
take off Terry. Okay, take off
I think
Terry.
we'll
Okay, take off
pass the
Terry.
ball just
Okay, take
more
off Terry.
this year, Ari. Like because we didn't pass it that much
Ev,
as
he
I
said
Okay,
take
wanted
off
to.
no.
Terry.
Wait,
Oh,
T.
go ahead, go
Take
ahead.
off Terry. You took him off.
Yes.
Okay, now add Let McConkey.
Nigga, what?
Y'all got it. Y'all got
Yeah,
it. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. Y'all got it.
yeah, yeah. I'm cool, bro. I'm
What you talking
cool.
about, nigga?
But
Like what?
Ari,
What
what I
are you
was going
talking
to
about?
say is, with everything
Add
Yeah.
they
Jalen
use
Waddle.
Puka to
Add
do,
Jalen Waddle.
I
Say
think
Waddle.
Devontae's going to get a lot
I
more
didn't even say
ones,
Waddle,
Ari.
baby. Waddle, baby. Waddle, nigga. What
True.
you talking about?
So with that
Jalen
being said,
Waddle's not better than him
in the way
either.
he
I
runs
think it just
routes,
depends.
he's a timing based guy, and so is Stafford. So I think them using Puka because with Shaggy he trolls me with the Puka, all the shit he does pre snap, running left to right, right to left. He
Uh,
like true.
where's
We
where's Cooper at, by the way?
he's in Seattle. He's on the Seahawks.
Ah, okay.
He's from Seattle though. That's why he went
Yeah, I
back.
know he's from Washington.
But Ari, I was just gonna say like everything Puka
Hey,
does pre snap. I think
niggas,
he gets a lot of attention, and Devontae's gonna probably have
that's the
more runs than he's
problem.
ever
That's the
had in his
problem.
life.
Niggas treat Devontae Adams like he Cooper Cup. That's the real issue. Niggas is
Cooper
treating
Cup.
Devontae
We
Adams like
we
he's
peaked
Cooper
higher
Cup.
than Devontae Adams though.
Man, shut the hell up, nigga.
Why
Devontae
are
Adams
y'all
We
always
mad?
literally
Garrett
we
Wilson is
literally
not a
did.
better route
Devontae
We
runner
Adams
than
literally
always
Cooper
better
did.
than
Cup.
Why
Cooper
are you
Hold
Cup.
on,
mad
hold
at
on,
that?
hold
We
on.
literally
He
peaked
was
Hold on,
always
hold
better
on,
than
hold on.
Cooper
What?
Cup.
You just said Cooper Cup did what?
I said
People
peaked higher than Adams.
no. Adams
No,
was always better than
no,
Cup, nigga.
hell no. What
Always.
the fuck?
Hell yeah,
Hell
Triple
no.
Crown
He was
peaked higher than that guy. What are
always
y'all
better
talking
than
Yeah,
about?
Cup,
but
nigga.
but again, 1 year, like 1 year, I get the peak thing, but like, is it really 1 year? Like,
Well, it's 1 year due to the injuries process. Like
no,
if
I
you
know,
look
but
at the
like Devontae Adams had fucking 10 years of being an undoubtedly top 3 receiver in the league.
Easily.
I don't know about 10 years. You guys are 10
Well,
years.
Ten is jazz. It's eight. It's
Yeah.
eight.
whatever.
It's eight.
He
It's
He
just
like
meant to
7,
say
8.
a long time.
It was like 6.
I mean, if you disagree process, I'm not gonna over like care. But I think
It
that
was.
1 year is more
Nigga, duh.
indicative.
Nigga, duh. You
Like
ain't gonna
like
care to argue that because you can't.
I mean, I think that 1 year peak, he get like the 2 years
No,
prior to that, he
Bro,
got
Cooper
injured.
Cup was
The
never
year
better than
after
Devontae
that, he
I
Adams,
got
don't.
injured.
nigga.
bro. We not going
T.
back and
I
wait,
forth.
hear
hold
what
on.
I hear what you're saying about like the 1 year and like what that Triple Crown season was, but like you would never take a singular peak
Over multiple years, and that's
over
fair.
multiple years. Like you're just not gonna do that. And like Tay was consistently top three for at least 4 years, right? 4 or 5. Fuck, I don't remember how many years he was with Aaron
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the Green Bay. So like you're just not gonna take
And that's
that
why I
because then
said
a
I don't
lot of
care that
niggas
much
can
to
have a
argue it.
lot of niggas that had like really great fucking like I'm not gonna say Michael Thomas has a better fucking peak than Devontae Adams, even though he had one
You
really
bugging. He
fucking
He
good
definitely did.
did though.
season.
Yes,
I
he
would say
did.
Michael
He
Thomas
definitely
had a
bugging.
higher peak
He
than
definitely peaked
Devontae
higher than
But
Adams.
is
Devontae
is
Adams.
1 year a peak
Michael
though?
But
Thomas
like
definitely
one
peaked higher
like
than
a
Devontae
higher
Adams.
peak, yes, but I don't use that one higher I personally don't use that 1 year to say, oh, well then that means he's better.
Michael
I
Thomas was
just
not one
personally don't.
year. That's
Fuck
it.
out of here,
And
that
I will
slant boy
argue. I
shit.
will
Slant
argue in
man, that's
football.
fuck that. Slant boy ain't do
In
that shit.
football,
Niggas
Michael
that say
Thomas
slant boy
definitely
clearly
peaked
don't
higher than
fucking
Devontae
watch
Adams.
football.
All right. I'm trolling. I'm trolling.
I get Mike obviously wasn't 1 year. Duh. He obviously wasn't
The
just one
first like
fucking year. But I'm
4 years.
saying like it's
The
just
the peak of his talents was that
the
1 year. Yeah, and I get what you're saying.
thank you.
Hold up.
and I will
Hold up.
also argue in football. Um, like stats doesn't mean necessarily you peaked higher. I think football is the one unique sport where it's like, yo, not even just the one unique. There are other sports I feel like this can apply to, but yo, Cooper having a better year, he never peaked higher than Devontae Adams. He
Yeah,
was never a better football player than Devontae Adams. He was never a
Ever.
better receiver than Devontae
yeah.
Adams. He just accumulated more stats in one season.
Completely agree
It's
with.
different. Like it's different levels.
Wes, while I agree, I disagree about the football player because we were also the better blocker. We did a lot more in
Bro, go
terms
the
of
fuck
blocking.
here, bro. Go the
Yeah,
fuck here with that.
Like
that's
a
true,
Bro,
lot,
we
bro.
bro.
don't
We
care
were
That's
about
we
that
were
true,
we
I
were
Hines
mean, but
Ward
legit.
niggas
blocking
don't really
shit,
care
bro.
about that when they
Bro,
talk
we
about
do
wide
not care about that Hines
receivers.
Ward blocking shit, bro. Respectfully. Like,
Bro,
Wait,
if you're gonna
hey,
say football, if you're gonna say football player,
Yeah.
does
we're not
blocking as a
touching that
receiver
shit.
not
who
count? But like literally
who
being the
else do
best
you
blocker
really
at the receiver
who
position.
else do you really disagree with? Like, okay, you disagree with Wilson, you disagree with JSN. Who else?
Yeah. So if it was up to me, if I had X, let me just take some names off.
y'all tripping after
A-
ASB.
Am, am I tripping
Um,
with disagreeing with Rasheed Rice?
JS, yeah, nigga, that's what I'm taking off. Nigga, he coming off.
Yeah, you could take him off.
Garrett Wilson
I,
coming off. And
I
I'm
don't
sorry,
mind
I'm not.
taking.
I'm
You could
I don't.
take Drake off too, bro. Drake not
yeah.
out for
Drake
you
London
Hell
has
no
no.
no.
more,
Y'all
man.
niggas crazy.
Drake
Y'all
London's
niggas
not better than
crazy.
Devontae Adams
Y'all niggas is crazy.
either. And
I
then
take London. I take
when I
London.
get to these two names right here, could be. Yeah, but I'm not putting them over BT. I'm not putting BTJ over
Wait,
Devontae Adams
which
already.
two?
I haven't.
I'm
I
not.
haven't.
Wait, what? You're
Okay.
not
Hold on.
putting neighbors over him?
I said BTJ. I'm not putting BTJ over.
Are you going with BCJ just did
But
last
wait,
year?
why wouldn't
Either way,
you?
both of them
But
just
why
had.
wouldn't you
Both of
put
them just had.
BTJ
Both of
over
them just
Yeah,
had
him?
yeah,
amazing.
you fanned out.
Both
You
of them
fanned
just had
out. You
amazing
fanned
rookie
out.
seasons,
No,
regardless.
nigga, like, do
You
you
fanned
Both of them
not
out.
just had.
understand what
Both of them
BTJ
just.
did?
Both of them
You
just
fanned
had
out.
amazing rookie seasons, regardless. Can
That
I
nigga
see
did
another
put up
or
1K
two?
with Mac Jones though, gang.
Like, okay,
Like, come on.
I repeated. I'm repeating for my fifth time.
Nigga, Mac
Both of
Jones
them.
played 4 games
Both of
last
them
year.
just had amazing rookie seasons, regardless. I just don't know you guys come in 1 year off rip and all of a sudden just automatically Devontae Adams is not a top 10 wide receiver. With this list, he's not even top 10. This is
Bro,
11 names
he's
right
in
here.
year 11.
But
It's
wasn't that
okay.
Shaggy's
It's how it
point? Was that
goes,
he had
bro.
15 more?
But you agreed he was 15 though, Ev. That he was like top 12 to 15. You didn't push back to that.
I didn't
I
push
thought
back
you
to
said
top
the
15. I pushed back when I heard the 20 thing. Yeah,
top 20.
I
Yeah,
don't
yeah, yeah,
have to
yeah.
do
Yeah.
this list and him. I don't have to do this list and he comes in the top 10. I'm cool with that. Within the top 15, I'm cool. Like right here, I'm cool. Like I don't got no problem with this. But
Man, you fucking bugging. Drake London is better than him.
No, the fuck he is not. You tripping on Drake
Ain't no funny though. Drake London does have like multiple seasons doing this. Like, at what point do niggas like outside of the name shit give him credit for what he's been doing?
respect to Drake London.
But they are like, bro. Did
But
Devontae
I
Adams
would
have
not. I would
700
not put
yards
him over
receiving last year,
Devontae
bro?
yet.
What the fuck are we talking about? Did he
Yes,
not?
he had 700 yards. Yes, it was
I
700.
would like to push back on Smitty
Okay.
just because we haven't seen a full sample size of him as the number one wide receiver. We obviously seen him be able to do it even despite when AJ was out, and that's no doubt about it. And I think that he could have the potential to, but I still put him in the T. Higgins category where I haven't seen it for a full season, so I'd put him behind Devontae.
And that matters too.
Bro,
That
no, it
matters.
does not.
That do.
Bro, no, it does not. Bro, no funny, bro. Stop putting T. Higgins and Devontae Smith combos, bro. He's
No,
not
that
that good.
did. I'm not with that part.
I
I'm not
think
with that part.
Devontae. I think Devontae.
I'm not with that
is-
part.
Fuck outta
Yeah,
here.
I get what he was saying though.
I
That
think
shit
they're both
disrespectful.
incredibly great.
Bro,
Number two
Devontae
wide
Adams is no longer A1.
Devontae Adams had 1,000
Hey,
yards
bro.
last year.
Hey,
Playing
bro. Can
missing
y'all hear
3
me?
games.
But he's
Yeah, we
more
can hear
one
you, Tez.
he's more
We can hear
1B
you.
than a 2 though, Shaggy, especially on the Rams this year. He's going to be more 1B than a just 2.
Nigga,
You think
Devontae
so?
Smith on any other team is a
Yes,
fucking 1 or
bro.
1B.
You don't think Puka's gonna be the stamped one?
I think Puka gets targets based on where he lines up, but I do think like Devontae's and Stafford are going to build a connection with him having ones on the outside. Like Devontae is
But
going to
like
have ones to
T,
exploit.
would you say like what we were literally
Justin,
just
you
talking
niggas
about like
goofy,
maybe
Justin.
5
You
minutes
niggas
ago,
goofy.
where it was because of the attention that Puka's gonna get and how y'all are gonna use Puka, that opens up the door for Devontae to get, I guess, more one, I guess, opportunity.
Yeah,
Because
but
if that's the case, then
if
he's
he's
not the one.
12,000 yards.
if he
In my
but
opinion.
if he's converting at a certain rate, all right, and I do think we'll have games where like I'll respect to like he'll be our best receiver. Like I don't think that's
But is
crazy to
that
say, and
because Puka is getting most of the attention?
it could
Is
be
I think
that
is what I'm trying to
it could
figure
be that, and it could be because the route runner he is, regardless of the attention,
out. Okay.
right? Like I think he'll win consistently, and Stafford is a guy with if you can win, that ball's coming to you off your break. So at that point, like some of it to me will be Puka, some of it will be he's just a great route runner.
Boy,
Yeah.
this Randy Moss all over again, bro.
So,
Randy
be,
and Randy
I,
and oh, go ahead, Tess.
my fault, brother. My fault. So I get it. I understand. So we stepping BTJ, but we not stepping G5.
Bro, these niggas goofy.
I would.
No,
I
I
would
said
personally.
BTJ should be
I'm
taken
not
off. So
pushing
the
back,
I
F.
had
Shaggy. I'm not
those.
pushing back. I understand
Me
it,
and
but
Ev said
if you
BTJ
can
should be
step
taken off.
him there, you can't step G5.
I
Nah,
personally
me and
would
Ev
take all
said
three of them
BTJ
off.
should be taken off. They said G5. We pushed back. Ev took G5 off. He should have taken BTJ off as well, but
That's
he
all I'm
just
saying.
wanted to
Like,
be more special.
yeah,
Man,
like
I
what?
wanted to take BTJ off, and they argue me down. I'm not dying. It's cool, bro. Like,
I think BTJ had an amazing year, but I would be taking him and Neighbors off again because it's a 1 year thing. We'll see if they
Bro, no.
I don't
Bro,
know. Now,
This
you mad?
y'all problem.
Niggas
You
forgot.
don't know.
Niggas forgot, Shaggy.
I will be
My
all with
dog,
bro,
my dog
hold up,
G5
Ted. Hold up,
targets.
Ted.
My
Hold up,
dog
Ted. Hold up, Ted.
G5
Hold up,
targets
Ted.
went
That
down
Neighbors
when
Hold
nigga
up,
dude
move a
Ted.
little
boyfriend
Hold up,
came
different.
over
Ted. Hold
there.
up, Ted.
I
I
don't
will be
know.
all with. I will be all with it. I will be all
Dude
Bro,
with you.
Tez,
boyfriend
not you
All
came
saying
over
the
there.
that's
exact
not
same
about.
shit that Shaggy
Dude
said.
boyfriend came over there. My dog target
You
went down,
said
bro.
the exact
Facts.
same
Ted
shit.
Shaggy don't even like Garrett Wilson, bro. He don't even like him.
What
He
does that
never
mean? Make a
did.
real point. What the fuck does that
He
mean?
never did, bro.
What
So
does
you
that mean?
argue? I never heard you argue for Garrett. What makes Garrett
What
Wilson
does
better
that
than Devontae
mean?
Adams?
I
What
don't
makes
like
him better? What makes him
Ted.
better
I'm
than
not
Devontae
saying he's
Adams?
a bad football
What makes
player.
him better than Devontae Adams?
The fuck, nigga.
He's young. He's in his
What
What
do you mean
makes
20s.
he's
him better
better?
than
He's
Devontae
better than.
Adams? I'm
What do you mean
genuinely
he's better
curious.
than Devontae Adams at this stage of his career?
I think Jared is probably better in a talent's perspective if
A
we
nigga
talk
just
now,
walked
but
into a
I
nigga
don't
just
think he's
walked into the NFL and put up 1,200 yards and 10 touchdowns. And niggas saying take him off for a nigga that's going into year 12. Y'all niggas is fanned out. It's okay for a
No,
nigga to be better than you as a rookie. It happens. Fuck is y'all talking about? Jamar Chase walk into the league better than fucking niggas in the top 5. That's a fact.
yeah,
It
that's
happens.
true.
Niggas be
That's why
generational.
I'm cool
It's
with Neighbors
okay.
being there.
Niggas be generational, bro. It's okay.
BTJ shouldn't be here. It's too soon for
BTJ just walked into
BTJ.
the league and put up 1,300 yards and 10 touchdowns. Yes, he
I'm
did.
not gonna lie.
And guess what?
Why do
And
you
guess
say
what?
Neighbors
And
but no
hold on, hold on,
BTJ,
hold on,
Wes?
hold on.
make the
Everybody
argument
See,
listen.
you get
With
where
that
my
that,
BTJ
mind's at.
everybody
should
listen. With that being said, Devontae spent half of the year in Vegas. He didn't have a quarterback. He still finished the year. He missed 3 games, and he still finished the year with over 1,000 yards, and he had 8 touchdowns. Don't tell me that this nigga isn't who we think he is anymore because he spent half of the year in a situation where he couldn't even get the ball thrown to him because his quarterback play was Gardner Minshew was his fucking quarterback. What are we
Bro,
talking
we
about?
don't, bro. Listen.
But Wes,
I don't
didn't
we
you
not
just
listen, listen,
say
listen,
Like
that
listen.
what?
stats are the
Bro, you
one
not but
football is the
you not
one
about to
place
hear
that
me
we
with the
can't use
quarterback shit
stats?
when my man Drake London spent 12 games with Kirk Cousins, my man.
I'm not
I'm
using
not hearing that
just
Also,
bullshit.
stats
where the
for
fuck
Tay.
Terry
Hold on.
go on this list?
Tay
Terry
has a
rated
Okay.
like
game
half
that
the
shows
people on
that
this
he's
fucking
still a
list.
top flight guy to me.
Yeah, no, I
I
got
think
you.
this
I got you.
notion
I
that
got you.
Tay is not who he's not who he was when he was top 5, top 3. Cool, that's fair. There's some regression for sure. I think to stamp guys like BTJ over him, Garrett Wilson, especially when Garrett Wilson, what has he done? How has he earned to be stamped over Tay when Tay is still outproducing him in year 12? Like that's where I'm arguing from, Ari. I'm not trying to just say the stats alone.
Yeah, no,
What
I
did he
I think
get
he's
you.
outproduce him at?
shown he has
I
both.
get you. I
Garrett
get you.
Wilson with 1,100
Where?
yards and 7 touchdowns last year. What did he outproduce him at?
Hey, Shaggy, do you think
Yeah,
Garrett Wilson outproduces him this year?
He played 3 less
and if you
games.
look up what he was
Garrett
doing
Wilson
before
walked into the league
DT
with
got
1,000
there, he was
yards.
on the way to the same shit.
When
Yeah, he
did Tay
He
was.
get
played
there?
3 less
Does
games.
anybody
What are
know?
we
He was on
talking
the way to
about?
the same shit.
He okay. So with the better quarterback than
Was it like
Gardner
week 8, week
Minshew,
9?
he was
I'm
out
looking it up.
producing Tay. When Tay got there, Tay was out producing him with that same quarterback,
No,
and y'all are
no,
telling me
his
he was.
targets went down, nigga. He
Bruh,
stopped looking
just
his
because
Nigga,
you
weight,
get
bro.
yards in
guess what?
production
There's a
don't mean
part.
you
There's
stamp.
a
Just
reason for
because
that, nigga. If you're
You
Yeah,
watching
right.
him,
because it's his
Boyfriend,
best
hold on,
friend.
bro.
You can't
So
announce that you're a
Tay
troll.
Tay
All
got
right,
with
You
the
man.
cannot
All
Jets
right,
announce your
y'all,
week
quarterback is his best
y'all,
four.
friend.
y'all
You're a
big braining
troll.
this for no
What did
reason,
you say,
bro.
Ari? Did you
Tay
go
got
out?
with the Jets week 4.
Week
I'm
four?
looking
If
It
you
at
was
it.
cannot
okay.
acknowledge that his quarterback is the
Yeah,
best friend, then you're a troll. We know why he got the most
I'm not
targets.
saying
his first game
he
with
didn't
them was
play with
with
a guy who
versus
may
Pittsburgh.
prefer him over Wilson. What I'm saying is when he finally got to a situation, and Aaron Rodgers was not great even, but he was so much better than Gardner Minshew. You put him in a situation that's still not optimal, but with the quarterback that can actually deliver on target passes and play on time, that nigga Tay still produces at a really high level. And I think that matters. And I think going to Stafford with Puka beside him in
Bro,
that
it matters when
offense,
you want it to matters. Okay, then
okay?
do the same thing for Drake London.
And he
What
was
makes him better
still
than Drake
getting
London?
targets though. I don't
I
get
didn't
it.
What
say
makes him
Drake
better than
London
Drake
didn't
London?
play well. I don't think Drake London is actually better at the sport, like at the
Yeah,
position. I
you're out of
still
your
think
fucking
Tay
mind.
is better.
You're out of your fucking
Bruh,
mind.
just
I
because you
don't
put
think
up
I am.
fucking numbers don't
You're out
mean
of
you
your
better,
fucking mind.
Shaggy. Just because you
You're out
can
of your
put up
mind.
numbers in the NFL
I
does
don't
not
think
mean
I
you're
am.
stamped or better than people
I
that have
will
been
say,
fucking stamped, bruh.
looking at both players' targets and receptions, Garrett and Devontae, is not not like
It's the same.
it's very fucking close. It's like maybe
Like,
one or two
I just want
a
to ask Shaq.
game
Look at
off.
My
fucking
fault,
Jerry
Ivory.
Judy season last season. Look at fucking Jerry Judy last season, bro. 1,300 yards, all that shit. But he ain't fucking stand, bro. Bro, people can put up fucking
Hold on,
numbers
hold
and
on,
they
hold on,
not
hold on, hold on,
stand.
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. What does
Y'all
that
saying
mean?
all
Jerry,
this.
hold on, no. That's a stupid. Jerry Judy always had the potential. He just couldn't fucking catch. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he was always a great
So
route
once
runner.
he finally catches the ball, he put up 13 yards. It's not fucking
Right,
surprising.
right.
It's not
I get
surprising.
that.
What are you talking
Right,
about?
I get that.
But
But
he's
y'all
saying
He just
he's
couldn't
not
catch.
stamped over
What are you
Tay.
talking
Like
about? You
he's
can ask
saying
West
he's
that,
saying,
nigga.
Bro, he's not stamped
West is a
over
Broncos fan.
anybody.
He just couldn't catch.
Okay,
Hold
hey,
on. What's the
right. And
hey,
look
question?
at
I
the
did,
yards he had
You're
I
last
did
talking
ask,
about
season, and y'all
Jerry
going off of people's
Judy.
yeah.
production from last
Oh
fucking
yeah,
season.
Judy sucked when he was in Denver. It
Yeah.
wasn't.
Hey Shaggy, I do got a question though. Like in terms of production, because I don't know if your shit's more talent or production standpoint. You don't think there's this avenue where Tay Adams could outproduce some of these guys, especially
Hell
guys
no.
like Garrett Wilson, like with respect to what they have over there in the Jets
Hell no.
situation. You
Hell
don't think
no.
there's no possibility of that?
No. Garrett Wilson gonna do it on a
It's
trial
I
height, 7
see
touchdowns.
for
That's it.
me where I keep getting caught up in the conversation, especially talking about what I think Tay. I personally think the Tay and Puka duo is going to be great this year. I think it's going to do wonders. I think especially with Matthew Stafford throwing the ball, I think it's going to be great. The reason why it's really tripping me up is because when we think about Tay and in that on the Rams with Puka, it's hard for me right now to parse out what is he going to be getting because teams are focusing on Puka, and what is he going to be getting just because he's fucking Devontae Adams. Like I definitely think Tay's going to get his, but it's you always with there being like another really good wide receiver there always is going to be the conversation of, is it because of him or is it just you? And so right now it's just real hard for me in my mind to see to figure out how much of like what the distribution is going to be. Is going
How,
to be 60-40, is going to be 50-50, is going to be more lopsided. Like I don't know.
how can
And
you make that for
I don't know.
Adams? How can you make that for Adam when he always does a wonder? Like he
Because
always
he's
was
because he's
But
going
do
to be a
you
two in
think
there.
he's
He's going
gonna
to be
be
a
the
two here.
one and
No,
like I
he
don't think
won't.
he's gonna be the
He's going
one
to be the
with the
two. Like,
Rams.
but I said
no,
one B. I said one B only for the standpoint Ari is because where Puka
no.
operates from. I think Tay's winning is going to be indicative of him just winning ones.
Yeah, and
And
I wasn't saying that he's going to be the one there. I was saying that you just made
Hmm.
that point about Adams, and is it because of what he's dealing with on opposing side of him as
Yeah.
far as Puka? Now, why is Smitty up here? That's to go back to DMAC point.
I personally agree. Like I think it's the same thought process. That's why I didn't push back to DMAC. Like I think right now, just like talent as a wide receiver right now, or like let me not just say talent.
Puka been the
I
one for 2
think
years,
he
Bray.
is. I think Smitty right now in his career is better than Tay right now in his career. But I also understand the argument of, well, we haven't seen Smitty do it we have seen Smitty do without AJ, but like to
A
this
full season.
level, AJ's been there. How much is he getting because of AJ? That's why I won't push back on that conversation. Though I personally would have him up here. I also get why someone would say that same thing and be like, oh, well, he got AJ, so like we really don't know if he's really like that or not. Just like I think somebody brought up before we started doing this, I need to see JSN without DK first. I get it. Like I understand when you have another receiver that also is going to
And
draw other
Lockett.
attention, like it murkies up, it murkies the water.
Yeah, and this is the reason why I bring it up, because when I look at being a true number one wide receiver, it is about what the defenses are giving attention wise to you on a consistent basis and
That
how they're making the
matters.
defense do it, because that is the mark of a guy that is worthy of being a true number one wide receiver, because every single week the defenses are saying, hey, we have to build our coverage to make sure this guy doesn't get off, and that opens up so much other things for your offense and the other wide receivers on your team. So that is something that I think is underrated as far as that's concerned, and it's not necessarily to denigrate certain guys like a Smitty or in certain situations, but it is relevant to when having these conversations of
Yep.
what are these wide receivers doing and what circumstances that they're doing it under.
But my
Yeah,
thing
but
is
we talking
DMAC.
about a nigga who's
My
not a
thing
one no more though.
DMAC
But he's not a one no more.
is for Tay's situation. While I do think it's super hard to me to like completely shade Puka, because we're just gonna, if you want to do that dumb shit on the outside, we'll put him in the slot. We'll move him around pre-snap, right? He can still have a safety over top because he's going to be on the outside. But my thing is, regardless, when Puka moves, all eyes are going to be on Puka. Like all respect to. So that just leaves to me Tay to win. And if he does that consistently, do you take it away from him because eyes are going to be on Puka? Like, do you
No,
take it away from?
that's the reason why you guys went out and got Tay, because he's going to be able to win those one-on-one matchups that Puka's attention is going to create. But it does have to be noticed and talked about as far as that context is concerned.
Follow up? Did you ever knock down Mike for the receivers he had next to him?
Evans?
Yeah.
No, because defenses were still primarily focused on him. People
So
would
it would have been inverse. You would have knocked down Godwin or AB
Yeah.
or the other guys. Okay.
Yeah, people definitely knocked down Godwin.
down.
Bro,
They
you
say
don't
a
knock,
lot.
bro.
You got Mike
Listen,
there.
that's not how I do it, bro.
And
I
Godwin
don't
was an
knock
impressive
down. I
ass wide
don't knock
receiver.
down
I'm not
Chris
trying to
Godwin
negate
type
him either.
receivers. I don't knock down Tay Adams type twos. I knock down the T Higgins like niggas who got no bag, no route tree. Them like that. Yeah, you're eating because of Jamar Chase, so you're gonna get these 1-on-1s. Chris Godwin, you guard him 1-on-1, you double him, he's gonna still eat because he's that talented. Then the T Higgins of the world, that's who I knock down. The
But
DK
Godwin
Metcalf
is
Bro,
of the world, that's who I knock down. Not
T
happening.
Higgins balled out every
But
time Jamar Chase
the
wasn't there
problem is
though.
this. I
Sorry, Bashir.
understand where Shaggy is coming from, but the problem with denigrating a guy like T. Higgins is
You said
because
what?
T. Higgins isn't an exceptional route runner, but his ball winning skills are spectacular, and so it's a different
Yeah,
way
but
that
then
he wins at
D-Mac, that's
routes.
a fact.
It's not,
That's a
it's
fact.
not less
D-Mac.
effective.
Then when I see you in the AFC Championship game, when Snead go down, Trey McDuffie, you shading the coverage to Jamar Chase, he couldn't get his game off on an HBCU corner when it really mattered for the money. So no, that's who I
No,
use.
that's not the case, bro.
That was
Tyler
the case.
Boyd went
That
down,
was the
bro.
case. T.
And they
Higgins was the one
both
getting the
was
AFC Championship
getting,
game.
but they both was getting double when
No, they
Tyler
was
Boyd
not
went
doubling T.
down.
When Snead went, no, they were not doubling T. When Snead went out that game, they were
But
not doubling
they
T.
had a
He
safety
had
over top
multiple
on
one-on-ones he could
both
not
because
win.
Hey,
Tyler
D-Mac,
Boyd,
can you
bro,
pull
what
up
are
the
you
tape?
talking about?
Yeah,
He had multiple
I
one-on-ones
will.
he could
There's
not
a
win.
little bit of truth in
Tyler Boyd went down in the first quarter, bro. Jamar
Stop
Chase
talking
was
about wide
getting
receiver three.
two.
I'm not talking about wide
Jamar
receiver
Chase
three.
was seeing two
Jamar Chase
pre-snap.
was saying two. T.
Jamar,
Higgins couldn't win.
bro, they both was getting double. We only had two receivers.
Snead also went out in the second snap of the game, but there's a little bit of truth in both. Yes, there were safeties over the top for either one of them because we had the opportunity to because we were able to rush forward. So that
And I'm
that
not
is,
saying it's not smart. I'm not
but
pushing back saying it's not smart,
yeah,
nigga. But if you only got three receivers and one of them go down, nigga, that's the logical thing to do. They both were seeing two because Tyler
So
Boyd went
y'all
down
was
the
running too
first.
high the
Yeah,
entire
and
time?
T and
that's
T
a fact.
Higgins, to my point, is not a great route runner. So when it's a safety over the top, you can get away with that because he cannot route a corner. He simply can't do it. He got 3 routes. Not happens. He got 3 fucking routes. He's not that good to me, bro. Never was. You can ask Ev.
I also
I do
wouldn't
think
say
that
it's like knocking a receiver like Tay or Chris Godwin because I think
So,
both are great.
I mean, to a
It's
degree, you kind of just did it with Smitty. Would you not disagree, Ari? Like,
hmm?
I think everybody in here
I
thinks
don't
Smitty
I
is
don't
super talented
necessarily
and
think
could
it's
be
a
a one,
knock.
but
And
you
it
said
might
you
just
wouldn't
be
put him
the way
over
that I
Tay
see it.
because of that.
And it might just
Bro,
be the way that I
Tay is
see
not a
it.
one no
Like
more.
in my brain, I don't see it as a knock. I see it as context. I see it as okay, when we're having these specific conversations, when we're asking which receivers are better, I think it's important to put in I think having a receiver like AJ Brown that you're playing across from next to is important to the conversation. Instead of just
Smitty put
saying
up
that
numbers in his rookie year, by the way.
which is why I would still have him on this list personally, which is why I still would. But I think, playing against Chris Godwin is benefiting. Not saying Chris Godwin's ass, not saying he's so fucking trash and without Mike Evans he would be dog shit because I have seen that. I've seen him without Mike Evans and I've seen him still cook niggas. So like I get it, but I think it's also context when you're trying to rank wide receivers and figuring out who can do what, who has shown us what they can do when they are the one and who has maybe benefited. Not saying that it takes anything away from them, but it adds shit to 'em. Your job is made a little bit easier when you are playing next to Mike Evans. Your job is made easier when you are playing next to AJ Brown. Don't mean you ass. I called Smitty a 1B last week, and I still firmly believe that. I think Smitty can go on a lot of teams and be a lot of niggas ones and
Do
still
you,
eat.
Ari,
Personally,
not to cut you off or to like spam you with questions or nothing. I'm just gonna ask: do you think Tay is still can be a one on certain teams, or he's 1B, or do you think he's a true two now?
No, I think he's a 2 now. And I will say this: I need to see what the fucking wide receiver room looks like because in some teams, yeah, he's gonna be the 1. But like as a whole, no, I think he is better suited as a 2 right now in this stage in his career.
So I think that's where the like distance is. Some guys like Ev might think he's still a 1B or potentially could be a one on certain teams. And in a vacuum, like I'm not saying certain teams in a vacuum think he's a 1B or a
Bro,
one still.
Devontae Adams can still be a one on a. My bad, go ahead. My bad.
Yeah, but
And I'm just saying on the
That don't
Shaggy
make you a
side,
one.
on the
Being a one
Shaggy
on the
side of
vacuum is not making you a
arguments.
one.
Yeah, that's why I said in the vacuum, just in general, do you think
Yeah.
he's a one receiver?
Right.
And that's why I said on the Shaggy side, they think he's a true two, which then I get the disconnect because
that,
BTJ and Neighbors are true ones. I can give that extent to it. Like they are
But
true ones. I don't know where to
I
rank them,
think
but they are
Yeah,
true
but
ones.
that's the thing, T, and that's where it comes down to for me, and that's why I say the term true number one wide receiver, because it's different than being the wide receiver one on a certain team because of the depth chart, et cetera, et cetera. Because when you are able to see the defense's primary coverages, whether it's shells and zone shaded to your side or true, safety help over the top on a consistent basis, or bracket coverages when you go in the slot, and still produce at these levels that guys like Chase and Jettis and AJ and Tyreek and CD have continued to do over years of time, that really does matter to me, especially from a sample size perspective. And last year, BTJ and Neighbors did deal with that from teams. I would say teams needed a little bit of time to catch on from BTJ to start treating him as such, but they eventually did. And also Nico Collins too. I shouldn't leave him out of this conversation either. But that's where
he does always get left out.
Yeah, that's where the difference is, to be able to show that on a consistent basis over years of time. That does matter. Now, again, the conversation about BTG and Neighbors, 1 year sample size, etc. But do I think Devontae Adams is still at that level? I don't know if I would put him in a true number one, wide receiver at that level right now.
And there's nothing wrong with that. The man about to turn.
Shaggy, do you think? Because I heard you say it. You think Waddle's a better two than Adams would be this year?
I don't know. I gotta see.
No, I'm taking Adams.
I'll probably take Adams over Waddle. I don't know. Like,
over who? Waddle?
Waddle.
Yeah, because he mentioned Waddle earlier.
Waddle. There was that conversation of Waddle and Smitty, and I'm like, guys, I'm sorry, Smitty's a much better.
I remember those talks.
Waddle's still a dog, but I'm taking.
Waddle's still a very good wide receiver, certainly a good wide receiver too. But he's, in my opinion, I wouldn't put him over Adams either.
I don't like how Nico get left off all these lists, and I'm just saying that. Like,
he on the list right now.
Nah, but when people speak of Nico, the nigga Shaggy's one of the reasons why I said that. Like, people don't think Nico's top 10, top 5.
That nigga Nico is.
Are you talking about top 5? He's not, because he's not top 5. Why did you say that?
Why isn't he top 5? Why isn't he, Shaggy?
He's not top 5.
Bro,
why isn't he? Because if you talk about production, if you talk about production,
look at which one he's better than up here? Which one he's better than?
Let him have it.
Why can't he be better than AJ or Hill?
But he's not better than
AJ. You're crazy.
Why can't he be better? He was on a trajectory. Did y'all not watch what he was doing last year? He was on a trajectory.
Move the show, my nigga.
No, Wes. He was
Brown. Number
okay, Hill. Fuck AJ. Hill. Why can't he be better than Tyreek?
No.
Why can't he? Wes, why can't he? Can you please?
He's not better than Hill.
Yo, who are you
want to argue right now?
What if his production was on the pace to be better than all these niggas? Last year he was on.
Why can't Nico?
But this is my thing, Wes. This is my thing. On a production standpoint, he did was on the standpoint to be better than a lot of these niggas.
On pace means nothing. Shut up.
If you take Hill out of Miami.
And you put him on the Texans.
Take Nico out of Houston and swap him. And Nico has to go deal with Tua going down, and Hill gets to play with CJ Stroud. You don't think Hill has a crazy year? Or is on pace to have a crazy year?
Definitely does.
I think people, when it comes to the Nico combos, I think people give more respect to CJ than to me Nico, and I think that's flipped, and I think that should be flipped.
I think Nico is worthy of a top 10 nod for sure. The notion that, again, my thing, Hill was literally in the conversation for being best in the world.
But Wes, to the disrespect point, and I pinpointed AJ and Hill. So Wes, let me acknowledge that. You said acknowledge it. I'm trying to acknowledge it, brother.
Go ahead.
The AJ and Hill point, I can understand that, right? AJ specifically, Hill specifically, I can understand that. But niggas are ready to put BTJ and Neighbors just over that guy. I think that's crazy to me.
The BTJ shit is kind of premature. I think Neighbors. I think it's worthy of a conversation. I think Nico and Neighbors, whatever they do this year, will determine. I think Neighbors.
Bro, Wes, stop giving him bail. Why are you giving him bail,
bro? Because I think Neighbors still has to.
No,
I
Wes,
think Neighbors
listen,
I agree with you. Is a better, like when I look at those two players.
I'm not talking about that, Wes. When a nigga say some dumb shit, hold him today. He just questioned you why he can't be better than AJ Brown, Tyreek Hill. Don't let him pivot to two other players now. Like, bro, just shut the fuck up.
I already acknowledged it, bro. I was just speaking to the disrespect in general, gang.
He said he'll give it to me, so there's no point. Pause. But
Ev, you see what I sent you?
You should have never fucking said it.
Yeah.
So cool, Shaggy. So cool, but why can't and I was obviously jazzing it, right? Why can't he be top 7, 8? Because you niggas are destined to not put him top 7, top 8. Bro, when he's on a production standpoint of better than those guys. And you need like two to the BTJ to the Neighbors.
He couldn't be top 8. What are you talking about? Nobody said he couldn't be that.
Bro,
Bro,
you
you
talk about
said
him like he's
top
not a top
5,
10
bro.
receiver.
I think
And I
seven,
obviously
eight is
Jazz
like
did.
where
Bro,
he
hold
falls.
on. All right.
What are they
T,
So
what
what's
the
the
fuck are
conversation
you?
if you
Ted, stop.
jazzed it? What's the
Ted,
conversation?
stop. Ted, stop. T,
Because
are you
because
fucking
he's
blind?
ready to put BTJ and Neighbors over him based on
T,
this
are you
list.
fucking blind? It say not in order. Are you fucking blind? What the fuck are you talking about, bro?
Shaggy, I've heard you talk of Nico though.
Bro, shut the fuck up, bro. You just saying shit, bro.
So,
He just
Bro,
want to
I
so
argue
you
literally
with
trying to
you.
heard
go
you
off?
talking
So
You
you trying
Nico.
to
just
go
saying
off
shit,
the
bro.
off
You just
topic?
saying shit, bro.
No, he's trying to. Well, it sounds like T's saying from the way that he's heard Nico be talked about by Shaggy in the past, he doesn't think that he does. But I
Okay,
don't
all right,
know if
I
that's
understand that.
necessarily the case.
All right, thank you. I understand that, but what does that have to do with this right here?
What
I
does that
Bro,
mean?
agree.
this convo already ended. I was just low key
He
asking the
just
question.
bored, bro. That nigga bored at work, probably. Like, what the fuck is he talking
Now I'm
about?
off today, brother. I just genuinely wanted to ask you a question about Nico because on a production standpoint, he does do it. Like on a production standpoint, he literally
T,
does
so
it.
do your list. Where would Nico fall on your list?
But Ari, is he blind?
Yeah.
This list not in order, but that says Nico right there. He was in the 10th niggas that I fucking named. So what the
Yeah.
fuck is he talking about?
T, you there?
What's up?
What's your? Tell me where you would have Nico.
Uh, Above
Rank him
Amaron, BTJ, and Neighbors, but after Puka. If that's how I have my list.
Above Amin Ra is
above
fucking
Amin Ra,
insane.
BTJ, and Neighbors, but
Above
behind
Amin Ra
Puka.
is fucking insane.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
and I
lost
think and
me.
I'm not gonna lie, and I think last year if he does not get injured from what he was doing last year, I don't think that's crazy to say.
I'm taking Nico Collins over St. Brown too. I don't care.
I am as well, but I'm impartial
Yeah,
to a
man.
true X Y
Yeah,
receiver.
nah. Y'all
And
niggas.
I'm trying to. Okay, so
I'm
T,
like,
wait,
y'all niggas can't
so
St.
help
Brown's
him.
so crazy, bro. And he
so
showed
he
he can
is.
do it everywhere on the field.
Yeah,
And I don't
he's
even like that
awesome.
nigga, but
I don't
he's good.
disagree one bit.
Wait, so T, you're I
Guys is
would
taking Nico Collins over St. Brown.
That's
yeah,
what they
I
That's
literally,
said.
easy.
that's
I
what they
I
think
said.
thought the tape, I thought the tape he had last year was better, and that's just me
it
though.
can go either way, but I do believe that Nico, for me, is a little bit more of the traditional XY receiver that I would love to build my offense around. But Amon Ra is awesome in his own right.
And
And
that's
it's
the
not like
problem
he's
right there,
only a
man.
slot
That's
guy.
the
I'm not trying
problem.
to make it seem like
Man,
that.
you're
He's
a
not
part of the
only a slot
problem.
guy. I want to make it very clear, but he can go inside and out. But I do love Nico.
Wait, okay, so T,
D-Mac,
hold
you're a
up.
part of the problem. The game is moving away from that.
I'm
It's
trying to
not
get back to
necessarily
T.
that
I
though.
need T's list because he said something else that
Yes,
confused
the game
Chapman.
is moving away from the 90% XY receiver type of guy, but the game is always going to have an aspect of it. Can you go outside on a consistent basis and create versus one-on-one matchups? And
Yeah,
that's
that's a
more
fact. I agree
combination.
with that. I agree with that, but
Wait, so T, your list, I would say your top four. I'm not gonna put them in order for you, but it would be Jetta, Jamar, AJ, and CD. Right? Those four,
Yeah,
just in whatever order. And then after that, you have Puka. Because you said,
Tyreek. You said Hill?
oh, so Tyreek has 5,
Yeah, Puka at 6.
Puka has 6, and so Nico would be 7, right there.
Amaron 8. Yep.
Okay.
And
All
if
right.
y'all want to, if you want to put the Neighbors and the BTJ, they can be 9 and 10. But I don't like putting guys after 1 year.
that
I
nigga
think the
can't
whole
fuck with. He can't
Nico
fuck with neighbors. I
Puka
promise you
Amon
that.
Ra conversation is very interesting. But yeah,
Super interesting.
All right,
He
that's
can't
it's
fuck
that for
with
the
very,
neighbors.
football side of
very
things
interesting.
today. I
He
was
can't fuck with
obviously
Amon
been
Ra, dude.
talking about it for a
Who?
little minute. You talking about Nico? I think or Puka, bro. Y'all gonna go over and over about it. Excuse me. Y'all can go over and over about it. Whoever just try to come to the stage, start
Dang,
it.
Ev, I sent you something, but you walked away. It was about
Terry not
football
better than
too.
the last 5 we named, gang.
Who, Terry?
Terry
Yeah,
doesn't.
activist said
Oh
that.
Bro,
nah, yeah,
y'all tripping.
I
Oh,
saw.
y'all are definitely
And
crazy.
just FYI, West, Terry was on this list and he got removed.
I fuck with Terry, so I'm not opposed to the Devontae Terry combo, but Terry better than the last 5 we just named.
Oh no, that's
Come on,
crazy.
my nigga.
I didn't
I
realize
love.
that was the combo.
Terry not
No,
top
he
10,
not. Yeah,
gang.
he
I
not.
ain't. He not
I
top 10, gang.
didn't know that was the combo.
Nah, that's not a top
Terry
10
is
wide.
awesome.
That's not a top 10 wide receiver list. Low. It was wide receivers better than Devontae Adams right now. Last thing to highlight, D-Mac sent it in the chat. Shout out to D-Mac. But obviously it's something to monitor still as far as Trey Hendrickson and also Ari sent it to me and the whole Bengal situation. Basically pretty much was he was promised a certain level, a certain number. If the level of play continued, obviously level of play continued, and it just seemed like they're not in no interest when it comes to resolving this issue. But him having him in Cincy for the next couple of years, or even I guess I'll say a long term deal. Ted, you got any comments on, or you really don't really just care about it? You really trying to wait and see whatever happens type shit.
Yeah, bro. Wait and see whatever happens, bro. I thought they was gonna trade him trade night though. I really did, but they didn't. And it is what it is, bro.
You should be good now, Lo. And Terry not on it. I'm circling back to that. Last thing before we get to the NBA playoffs, real quick, I'm just highlighting the NBA draft lottery. The NBA draft lottery, if anybody does not know, is at 7 p.m. today. The NBA draft lottery is at 7 p.m. The biggest thing. This is a lot of people be watching for obvious reasons. I was going ridiculous. A lot of people be watching for obvious reasons. Whoever gets the number one pick, you get the rights to Cooper Flag. But also, if you get a top 3 pick, you get the right to Ace Billy and Dylan Harper. So a lot of and in general, the first round is just good. Period. Meet you real quick, love. The first round is just good. Period, and loaded with talent. 3 teams have a 14% chance at the number one pick. That's the Jazz, Wizards, and Hornets. I'm hoping we see a surprise when it comes to the lottery, like how we saw last year with the Hawks jumping up to get the number one draft pick. So I'm hoping for a surprise, but I'm also hoping that the Wizards get the number one pick and be able to get Cooper Flag, and they continue to try to build on what they're building on in DC right now with all the young players that they have, young good players that they have, or will be good players, I would say, in Bub Carrington, Bilal Coulibaly, Alex Sarr, George, and I feel like if you pencil in Cooper Flag with that that mix, I think they'll be one of the better teams in the Eastern Conference soon to come. Obviously, eventually, not the best team, not top 2, top 3, or whatever, but they'll have a surge like how the Detroit Pistons just went from 14 wins to freaking 40 something. Not saying year one, but the Wizards also have a good jump in their win column as well. I just think Cooper Flag is that level of player. He can impact that team rookie season on down. So I'm hoping that the Wizards get the number one pick. This is not really just a segment. This is really just me highlighting NBA draft lottery. We'll definitely have this on and playback if it's available to be shared. And that's pretty much that. See, Wes about to say something, I think.
Yeah, I had a question. I didn't want to interrupt you though. But for clarification, did you say 31 or 41 wins?
No, I don't know what I said, but how the Pistons jump from 14 to 40 plus, I think the Wizards will have a good jump as well. Not saying like not what they did, because that was some historic stuff.
Oh,
not what they
okay.
did. Yeah, but they'll go from like 18 to like 30.
Contingent on drafting Flag type shit.
Yeah, on Flag,
Right.
and they'll eventually become one of the better teams in the Eastern Conference. Because I think they have a lot of good young assets, and they can sort of kind of have their own quote unquote core. I'm sorry, with Flag in the foot, with Flag, Coulibaly, Sarr, and if you want to throw Bub or George in there, you can do that. If not both, and obviously what they do alongside of Jordan Poole. So that's one of the things that I'm hoping for.
Hold on, what were you about to say?
Nah, I said that's one of the things. All right, Ted, you dropped Ted. That's one of the things that I'm hoping for. Also, another thing that I'm hoping for, just looking at the lottery. I personally, bro, I hope the Sixers pick stay in the top 6. I think they need another young player on that mob on that team. So I do hope their pick stays in the top 6. Obviously, if it falls out of the top 6, it goes to OKC, who already has the 15th pick via Miami in this draft. Also, me personally, I'm hoping that the Pelicans end up at number 2. And if the Pels do get the number 2 pick, I'm hoping that they be able to get Dylan Harper. That's just some of the things or some of the spots or fits that I want to see happen off the top of my head. And then
want another star to die.
Yeah.
Quick, just little stat. The Utah Jazz have never drawn the number 1 overall pick in the lottery, and they've never improved their draft standing in the lottery since 1985.
Amazing stat.
So
And I hope they
very
don't change
interesting.
that. I do not want
Because you want Washington.
Y'all be
Yeah,
sending these young bulls to die. I'll tell you.
So yeah, little stat for Utah. I hope.
Bro,
I know you don't want it to
remember,
change, but I know
remember, I
some Jazz
called it for
fans want
months.
it to
Remember, I
change.
called it for months. Just watch.
What,
Watch
Flag
how
to
this shit.
Utah?
Watch how this shit fall, bro. It's rigged,
I said
bro.
that, bro, Tez, I said that on some troll because, they Mormons and mostly white in Utah. He don't need to go to the West game. Like no funny. If I'm the league and I'm rigging this shit, he's going to the Eastern Conference game. Like, he don't need to go to the West.
No cap.
He don't need to go to the West, bro.
I ain't gonna lie.
you sending
I
him
ain't trying to see that
Charlotte?
against Utah game.
Yeah,
I
like
ain't gonna hold you,
Washington is
bro.
legit the best spot for him.
Because that was gonna be my question. Like, where did y'all want to see him fall, and where do y'all think he's gonna fall? Twofold. But I don't know, man. I hear y'all with the Utah stuff, but I kind of think, what Ari just shared. If they are rigging it, there's never been a time like now to step in and say, yo, they've got to get the number 1 overall pick. They've never had one.
Yeah, West. I agree, right? But number one overall picks, bro, they need to go to a team that got a plan, bro. I ain't trying to see
We better
Utah
get top three.
Bruh,
in a
they
couple
do,
years.
bruh. They
I think
do.
Utah has a
Better get
plan.
top three if they rigging shit.
They
Bro.
gotta they gonna get one and they about to double back with AJ. Talk
Nah,
soon.
they
Watch.
They not getting back to back.
AJ would have to
Watch.
fall for them to get AJ.
They'll
Not
get
getting number
one
one
back
back
to
to
They're
back.
back,
not
bro.
getting. They're not getting number. If he's the number one pick next year, he not going to like. It won't be Utah. You have to fall to like 3 or 4. And Utah might. No funny. Like to what Ev was saying about Washington. They get flagged. Utah might do some things. May not be a top 3, top 4 pick.
To your question, I would prefer that nigga go to the Wizards. Wizards or Charlotte, bro. Eastern Conference. I just want the shit to be even.
Charlotte
Or
has
at
no
least,
plan, bro. He can go
huh?
to the Wizards. Charlotte has no plan. He can go to the Wizards.
Charlotte don't
I
have no
actually
plan.
prefer Charlotte. I
Yeah,
want to.
Charlotte don't have no
Fuck
plan.
Charlotte.
And then them niggas to die.
Nah,
Why
he
would
would.
you guys not want him to
I don't
come
think
here?
Coop would die. I don't think Coop can die no matter where he goes. I think he's too good.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that they're not gonna do shit in Charlotte.
Why wouldn't you
I
want
mean,
him to come here?
Charlotte has some good basketball players and an infrastructure
I
in
agree.
terms of
Process, you talking about him coming to Philly?
talent.
Yeah, why would you not want him to come here? If you want him to come
Charlotte
here,
just need to
fuck
stay
you.
healthy,
That's
bro.
why.
Charlotte literally just need to stay healthy.
How much help does the MVP need? Process.
as much as he can get, bro. A good troll though.
I ain't gonna lie though. I mean,
The Sixers don't
Process,
deserve no
process. I
fuck
don't
that.
think you, the sports fan, deserve Cooper flag, bro.
The
I'm the
Sixers
fucking
don't
most
deserve it. How
passionate
many
fucking
fucking
loyal
high picks
fan
did
there
the
is out
Sixers
here.
pick off?
Exactly. That's why you don't need that shit. Fuck it.
Yeah, y'all have had a lot of number one overall.
The Sixers have
Like, come on, bro.
fucked
Yeah,
Y'all,
I
y'all
know.
done fucked
They don't
out so
deserve
many
it.
No,
years,
they
bro.
all turned to fucking bums.
Yeah, when they
And
come
by
to
the way,
Pick the
Philly.
wrong people.
And by the way, it's only been 2, by the way. And they
No,
all
I'm
turned to
saying in the
bums.
Y'all
history
had
of
a
the
lot more
franchise.
than 2 high picks.
I wasn't saying recent. I was saying in the history of the franchise. Y'all.
Yeah, but before these 2 was AI, and then before that, I don't even remember.
Y'all had a lot more than 2
I think
very
I've
high
had
picks.
4. But I mean, yeah. How many number one overall picks are you supposed to have? Like
Like,
4,
come on, bro. That's not a
3.
goal.
How
That's a
many
lot.
does fucking Washington have?
Number one.
They
It
had
was
to
just
have
this
one.
last one, right?
They got
I don't
John
know.
Wall. Outside
They
of
got
Wall,
Wall.
I think what. Well, I don't know if Until was the number one overall pick. I don't know what his situation was, but I'm not sure that outside of Wall, I don't know.
I don't know why people
Since,
like Tez. Why do you
hold
think
on,
Flag would just
T.
die
Hold on,
in the
T,
Hornets though?
T, real
Go
They don't
quick.
have
ahead.
a direction.
I
Hold on.
I wasn't the one that said he would
Y'all,
die in
do y'all,
Charlotte.
That
do
was
y'all
Miles. My
understand?
fault.
Do
No, I
y'all
ain't said that shit.
understand? Do y'all understand that since 2010, the Sixers have had the number 2 pick, the number 3 pick, the number 3 pick, the number 1 pick, the number 1 pick, the number 10 pick. Like these niggas have had
Damn.
high picks on a consistent basis.
They just keep
Bro,
fucking it up. What it sound like?
you need to trust the fucking process, dumbass.
The
Then your
process
fucking
been going
process
on
is
for
ass.
how
Y'all keep
long,
popping
bro?
off these picks.
bro,
This
he
a
talking
10-year,
about
12-year process, bro. What the fuck?
Bro, it's not our fault that they literally turn into complete scrubs when they come to us.
Y'all cursed.
It sounds like it is.
It isn't.
Send Cooper
Nobody would have
flag
thought
somewhere else, bro.
So y'all the
Nobody would
common
have thought that
denominator,
these
but
guys
y'all don't
would have
blame
been
yourselves. Okay.
trash.
they went.
Interesting, right, T?
Send
Yeah.
Cooper flag somewhere else, bro.
Maybe y'all don't develop guys right, or maybe a guard perspective right, because y'all developed a couple bigs.
Maxi and Embiid, yeah, they did no
I'm about to
good.
say Maxi got developed just fine, bro.
Bro, as long as
I
Cooper
don't know
flag
what
go
they
to the
doing
Eastern
over there
Conference,
though.
bro, motherfuckers should be cool.
Yeah, exactly. You want him to come here? What the fuck,
No,
Charlotte?
not
Why?
Philly. Anywhere
Why the
in the
fuck?
East, bro.
Why would you want him to go to Charlotte?
Brandon Miller, LaMelo Ball, Miles Bridges, bro. Cooper Flag.
That's
Miles
ass.
Bridges not gonna be there, T.
I missed some.
Why wouldn't
What
he
I
be?
missed, y'all? What y'all just said? My bad. I had a
Bunch of
You missed process
nonsense.
being delusional.
Niggas
process and they get the
How
number
am I
1 pick.
delusional? I want him on the
Yeah.
fucking team.
He's mad at us for
Hold
not
on.
wanting. If we want him to go to the East, for not wanting
You
him on
don't
the
need the Great
Sixers.
White Hope on your team.
Well, wouldn't you all
Yeah,
want
process.
that guy?
But process as NBA fans or basketball fans, why would anybody, with all due respect, why would anybody want Cooper Flag in Philly? I don't
Why would
understand
you
that.
want him on Washington or Charlotte over Philadelphia?
They're young teams that have never been good.
Washington gets some players.
They're literally young teams that have never been good.
Okay, bro, and they never will be
Washington
good.
has
They're
been
just
good.
Besides, at least
dying
he
Yeah,
already
salads.
Washington
been
has
in
been
They
good.
will.
Carolina.
but
They,
So
they
it
will
looked
be
like
good
they
in
But
the
already
conference
Washington
been
hasn't been
playoffs.
good in a cool
better
minute though.
than the
It's
Sixers.
to the point I'm getting at.
I ain't gonna lie though, process. You can go on any mock and simulate that motherfucker. You niggas are never at one.
What do you mean? I have my profile
Nah,
picture is me at
they do
one.
be at one
I
sometimes.
said,
They
Nah,
do
they
be
be
at
how
at
many
one.
I ain't
times you
never
really
seen
want
them
to
at
see
Man, the
Giannis
one.
get one,
70s
bro?
and
If it was
80s
a
Hit
were
the
reset,
sim.
crazy.
probably 10
Who's on
times
the
they'll probably get the one.
who's on
And
who's
hit the
yo,
send
who's on
button.
the who's on
Hit the
the
sim real quick, yeah.
hit the sim. Let's see how many
I ain't
times.
gonna lie to you. The
Let's see how many
70s and
times it's
80s
made.
were crazy, bro.
5,
Houston,
Utah.
3.
5. You're 5 right now. That's the first
Hold
one.
on, hit the sim.
And
He
We
did
I
already
just
did.
did.
you gotta do it a
one
couple times
time.
Do it
though.
Y'all was
again. You
You gotta
gotta
not.
do
do
it
it
a
a
couple
couple
times.
Do
times.
it again. Do it again.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, 3. I'll take
I know
3.
you
3,
keep falling down.
3.
Washington. We go one more time.
What do you mean one more time? You gotta do it at least 10 times. The fuck?
At
All
least
right.
10
The
times, man.
Brady
Process.
first
Shut up,
time.
bro.
New Orleans. So
All right,
Six.
go ahead.
six,
Oh
Damn.
my god, that would be
Trash.
awful.
Scoop to the
Awful.
tail.
six
So
Still,
games.
what?
Bro,
Toronto?
I would
damn.
hate
Like
that. I
nigga,
would hate
y'all
that,
don't,
bro.
bruh.
I
You
would
Y'all
want
not,
hate
him in
that.
bruh.
No,
Toronto?
Cooper Flag and Scotty would be nasty. Like I wouldn't want to see that. I wouldn't want
No,
to
that's
see
not for
Flag
the
I
Scotty
culture,
and
wouldn't see
bruh.
that,
No,
Bro,
no,
I
no,
ain't
Toronto.
that's
gonna
not
lie,
for the
bro.
culture.
Yeah,
Nah,
That's
I'm
bad
nah,
for the
cool.
nah.
I'm
culture.
cool.
That nigga
Bad for the
gotta go to
culture,
some
bruh.
team that's
They
not
got
even
they got it.
relevant,
They
bro.
got it
Brandon
back to back. They got it back to
Brandon
back.
Ingram,
Bro,
RJ
Cooper
Barrett,
Flag
like
and
that's
Scotty
bad
would be
hoop.
good.
Nah, I ain't with
Bad for
that
the
Toronto,
yet.
culture, bruh.
Toronto can't
I'm
get the
cool
great
on
white
Cooper
hope, bro.
Flag and
Sim it
Scotty.
again.
That I ain't gonna lie. Cooper Flag and Scotty would be crazy defensively though.
Ew. If he goes to San
Agreed.
Antonio, we got
Agreed.
problems.
Oh yeah, he go to
Agreed.
San Antonio,
Nigga,
bro.
we
But
go
If
to
he
San
goes
Agreed.
Antonio.
to
The
San
league
Antonio,
is
the
in
league is in
great shape,
trouble.
nigga. Nigga, the league
What
is
you
in
Agreed.
great
mean?
shape,
No,
bro.
the
He
league
go
is
he go
great.
he about to
The
make
league
The
is
like
league is great hands. Nigga, fuck you talking
Agreed.
ain't
about?
no way, nigga. Fuck that, bro. Hell
Awful
no.
grade,
We
If
bro.
don't
he
need
goes
San
to
Philly
Antonio
not
taking the league over again.
yo, if he
Philly
goes
not
to
getting one. I would
The
like this right
Rockets?
here. Me
No,
personally, I would like
nigga,
that.
no.
I would
Cam,
Fuck
like
Nah,
that.
we
no.
don't
Fuck
need
I would
that.
no.
like that.
Fuck
I would like
no.
that.
Fuck
I would
Cam,
like
no.
that. Why not?
Fuck
Why not?
no.
Why not?
Fuck
Why not?
no.
Why not?
Hell, hell
OG
Why
and them
not?
no.
niggas. OG
hey,
Why
and them
not?
niggas.
Hell
That's the reason right
no.
there.
Nigga, that
Man,
bro.
OG
bro,
Listen,
and them
nigga,
listen.
niggas.
nigga, they gonna
Feelings
turn
aside.
Portland
Not,
Feelings
into
not,
aside. Feelings
Ev,
aside.
Baltimore.
Ev. It's nothing to do with
No.
basketball.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, feelings aside, bro. I think two spots that'll be random as hell that I would love is San Antonio and Houston. It's
yo,
no reason why
Ev,
you
I
would
got a
not like
question
either
for
of
you.
those
Bro,
spots.
nigga
I
wow.
don't
Ev,
fuck with
Houston.
San
Hell
Antonio. I
Yeah,
no.
can't
hell
get
yes,
We
nigga.
behind.
good.
Fuck no.
I can't get behind Houston. I
I
can
can't get
fuck with San
behind
Antonio
Houston,
though.
bro.
Why not?
Y'all just
I,
saying
I,
something
I
because
think
Wimby
San
there.
Antonio really could use it, and I think it would be good, like really, really great
San
to
Antonio be
see.
nasty,
Yeah, to
bruh.
see Wimby to get, and I
Whole
think
time they
that's
go get
something.
Giannis with that first pick.
If it
Ev,
is rigged, I think that's something that the league could start like potentially getting behind if they want to keep guys in their destinations. Like typically the foreigners don't move around a lot, so cool. Wimby may be spur his whole career potentially, but for some of these other situations, get these young stars unless they're on a Luka curve where they're just too good for their team to be at the bottom for 2 or 3 years. When their teams are down there, get these young stars, other young stars that are coming into the league. So you could build off of that, and then those guys stay in those locations and try to
Wes,
build and win where they are. Go ahead.
Yeah,
if you were the Spurs, just
yeah.
hypothetically, right? Because we talked about this when Giannis lost, and we were talking about destinations. If you were the Spurs, you'd obviously have to make the money work, so you trade the ancillary pieces
The
for the
answer is
money.
yes.
Nobody of significance, but you only have to give up one pick, and it's that pick, and it's the number one pick. Would you do it?
Yes.
To get what?
Would you
Giannis.
Giannis?
trade Flag for Giannis?
No,
What?
no, me.
You're not
I
taking
agree.
30-year-old Giannis with Wemby?
Well,
I agree with
actually,
If
Wes.
you wait,
actually,
if you're who,
with the
the
way
Spurs?
their team looks right
Yeah.
now, possibly because they got more talent over there.
Yeah, I might have to do it, right?
And you're saying just that pick alone, like
Yeah, it
if
would just be that pick and then the ancillary pieces to make the money work.
oh, okay. I heavily consider it. I think I actually would do it. I think it's dangerous because and the only reason I say it's dangerous and Giannis is great, so I'm going to say yeah, I make it happen and I go and ride it out in the sunset with Giannis. I think Giannis will age better than people thought he would in his 20s because even though like I just think he's a physical specimen, I think think he will be fine deeper into his career, and I think that the quote unquote having Wemby beside him will help him if that's the case. So cool, you get maybe 6 years of Giannis, and I think it's worth it because they have some pieces. I think though that team is still it's a little ugly because like Fox, you're building your team from that point forward. It's Giannis, Wemby, and Fox. And it's like Giannis and Wemby, I definitely believe in. That Fox part of it, and no disrespect to the guys who fuck with Fox. It's just, how does he fit beside those guys, especially with bringing Giannis in and knowing that they will need real floor spaces? At that point, you really just need shooters beside those two guys. It's like, how will Fox fit in with what they have going on and how his game will mess with those other two? But it's worth the shot. So yeah, I'm gonna say I'd do it. I say I'd do it.
Yeah, I probably would too.
Yeah.
Damn, Giannis to San Antonio. That's actually something
Everybody
I
should
would
do
get
it.
behind. I would love
Yeah,
to.
we
That's
were
all I
talking about
want.
it.
That's what I want to happen.
Why?
I want
We
Giannis
were
to go to the
talking
Spurs.
about it.
Oh, you've been saying that? I ain't know
Yeah, I
that.
want Giannis to go to the Spurs.
That would be sick.
Yeah,
Man, fuck no,
I'm
bro.
I'm all on board. Him forcing his way to the Spurs, to forcing his
You
way to the
scared?
Spurs.
You scared for them bum ass Grizzlies, nigga?
Yeah, I don't know why
Like,
you
y'all
care
ain't
about the
got
Grizzlies. That's way
to
out
play
there.
them niggas
He's
4
not even
times
in
a
this
year. Fuck
conversation,
that.
Tez. He shouldn't be worried about that. He just needs to
You
be worried
feel me?
about
Like y'all time over, bro.
No,
I'm
And
no
yours
always
funny.
for
I
the
ain't
too.
gonna.
Spurs right there.
Fuck.
No
Yeah,
funny. For the basketball reason, Houston would be dope, but we can't have that shit, bro. That nigga OG trying to hit niggas'
yeah.
pockets every night.
I'd
Niggas
rather
running in
Houston.
facts and stats game.
I'd rather
I'm good
Houston
off
get.
that.
I'd rather Houston shoot and get Giannis. Houston don't deserve the number one pick no more though. Like they don't deserve to add flag to what they got over there. Like they already got too much young
Bro,
talent.
come
They
on.
don't
And you
need.
think
They
San
don't need.
Antonio do?
Nah, I'm not. Yeah, I did. I would like that personally, but I'm saying
Why?
like Houston been here so long over the last 4 years, drafting within the top 5. Like I'm cool. Go get a guy now, like Jalen
Gang.
Green,
The league,
Jabari.
the league
So
been blessing San Antonio since they came around. Fuck no.
yeah, that's that. Yeah, well, that's cool, gang. It's
To be fair,
for
Tim
me.
Duncan coming there was a blessed though, so
Like
that
what?
is a
Nigga,
fact.
nigga, that was
Yeah,
a
but
that
y'all
was a
bringing up something
blessing.
from 25 years ago, like
And then
Shit,
26
Kawhi
years
Victor,
ago.
came
Like
too.
that's
them getting Victor.
And then he
like
got
Nigga,
Wimby.
Wimby.
yes. So
What you
if it's
saying?
okay, so I'm the only one that spoke for what I heard. Where's the random surprise where y'all would like flag or team and y'all would like to get the number one
Man,
pick?
any Eastern Conference team, bro.
I
Can't
said
go pick into the
the
West.
random
The
surprise is the
random
Hornets.
surprise.
I think he
That's
should
not
go to the
random.
Wizards, but
Ain't
that's
they?
what.
The
I
Hornets is
think
The
not
I
Spurs
think
random.
getting the number one pick would be random. Like that's random.
Okay,
I
okay.
don't
So
You know what I'm
I don't
saying?
Toronto,
have
that if for the Eastern
Toronto's not
Conference team
random.
would be Toronto.
Toronto.
I don't
Yes,
like
I
You would
that.
think
rather
Yeah,
one of
that's
give
the
bad for the
Toronto to
culture,
I don't like
bruh.
that.
like
bro.
Toronto.
I think
He's a
defensively
American.
that team
He
would be
gotta
a
go
fucking
somewhere
a
inside the
monster,
West.
and I think him next to Scotty would be monster defensively, and I think that would be a random team I would enjoy him being on.
Even though
Defensively,
Yeah,
can you go? Who gonna
I'm gonna
score?
say
Go get
Philly.
like
I'm gonna say Philly
I
because
say
like
Philly,
Philly.
even though I
My
want them to
my
go to the
pick is
Yeah.
Philly,
finals.
bruh.
Philly a
why
good
does
random.
Okay.
Philly
Philly's a good
deserve
random. Yeah,
that
that's a good
shit,
random.
bro?
My pick is
It's a
Philly,
good random
bruh.
though. It's a good random though.
I ain't
The
gonna lie, bro.
Spurs don't deserve it either, but that's still a good random
I'd
name.
rather him go. I'd rather
Why
him go
would
to
it why
Philly than
wouldn't the Nets
San
be a
Antonio,
random
bro.
name
No
then?
cap.
If you're just
I
looking for
think
a
Philly
The
name.
deserves it more than
Nets.
San Antonio.
The Nets.
Yeah, better than Philly. Philly didn't earn that shit,
How
bro.
is it better than us?
Nigga
You
said
guys
that
have
the 8
fucking
I ain't
past
gonna lie.
first round picks up
I
in
can
the
see that.
top
I can
10.
see
Why
that.
would
I
they
can
not
see
be?
that.
Hey,
I can see that.
I ain't
It's
gonna
New
lie.
York.
I ain't gonna lie,
It's
D
New
Philly
Mac.
ain't
York.
that
That's why.
bullshit,
D
bro.
Mac, no funny. D Mac, no funny. Fuck Josiah. Y'all don't deserve shit. If anybody don't deserve shit, it's y'all. Y'all don't deserve a
And you
fucking
think
thing to y'all
That
at all.
D-Mac
Josiah
just
Daryl
cooked
that's
Morey
up
for damn
though.
does?
sure.
And D-Mac just cooked up. If he ended up in Dallas, oh boy. Oh
Dallas is a
boy.
good random.
Hey,
Yeah,
I
that's a
didn't
good
I
hear
ain't
you.
gonna
random.
Oh
lie.
boy.
I
I
ain't gonna
didn't
lie.
hear the
Yeah,
That's a
reason
great
somebody
why.
said
How
that.
can
Who
they
random.
said
get
Dallas?
one
That's a
though?
He
great
just cooked
random.
up.
Now they got a
Hey,
possibility. They got a
I didn't hear
possibility.
the
They got a
reasons
possibility.
why not Houston. I'm
All
sorry.
right, shut up,
You
nigga.
And I'll
nigga,
drop
You,
down, but I
you
still didn't
nigga.
hear
That's
the
why.
you
reason.
You the
nigga.
reason. Fuck you
Oh,
mean,
okay.
OG?
So just
You're
pure
the
hate.
reason.
So just pure hate. Y'all don't want us to get
Yes,
better.
yes, OG,
Just say.
yes, yes,
So
yes.
just okay. All right. That's
Anybody
all I
else go
wanted
admit
to
to
know.
it, OG?
Nigga
I'm
That's
just
all I
asking, nigga,
wanted to
you
saying.
know.
are the reason. I
Just
don't know
real.
what
You
you
Just
are
asked.
the
What the
reason.
just
reason
Okay,
was,
real
nigga?
good.
You are the
specific.
reason, nigga.
Okay, that's all I need to
You
know.
still
Just
my
pure
nigga
hate. Nothing
though, OG. Quit playing
No,
on
basketball
that, bro. You don't
related.
deserve that
We
shit.
just don't want you
I don't
niggas to
want
be
that.
better than what you is. That's it.
I
That's
don't
it.
want to. I don't want to see Coop in a situation where because there's so many young players and you have players who are young who are like really good and have shown the promise. Obviously, Amin, Sengun, etc.
Man,
You
Coop
have
gonna
some
come in
who
and take motherfucking
are.
jobs.
You have some who are like probably not gonna pan out. And my guy for at least in Houston in that situation, and then you have some who you don't know enough about, like Reed. But I think the spacing and how clunky it is, and how many forwards you all have on your team. I
Yeah,
think it's just I don't really want to see him in that situation,
yeah.
especially from a spacing standpoint. Like the basketball fit of it, it's not. It's really clunky. It's just
So
like
what you see is what you always gonna get in Houston. The shit ain't gonna change from a player perspective. Just
no,
always gonna
that's
see the
not
same
what.
cast of characters, right?
That's not what I said.
I
You
know, but
asked.
that's the assumption, though, right? You saying that's what we
That's
got. That's
all
what we
based.
always gonna have, or
Okay,
what?
okay. So what does your roster look like? He can't get drafted into space. He's getting drafted to a team.
So
So
no
your
matter where he
team is.
goes, the team is gonna get shaken up a little bit, right? It ain't gonna stay the same, right? It's not gonna be static, basically.
I mean,
No matter where he
not
goes, right?
necessarily. Not necessarily. I'm just
Shoot.
saying, as it stands right now, the reason why I would pick some other basketball situations, some other destinations over Houston, is based off of what you currently have and how like him coming into that, what that fit would be in the immediate future. That's it.
But
Y'all
I
got a
mean,
lot of.
but I think we're talking about him. I would take that if we were talking about a really good role player coming in. But if you're talking about a star level player that's coming in, shit gets shook up all the time
Already established.
for star level players, and shit wouldn't remain the same. If he came to our team, yeah, I expect our team to make whatever changes we need to and start building around him because of who he is. So I mean, I don't know. But I think Miles said it best. I think that's all I was trying to say. I think the main reason is we just don't want you niggas to get any better than what she is already. So
Yeah,
I'll
OG,
take
fuck it.
that.
OG,
Hey,
OG,
hey,
I'll
OG.
take
Look,
that.
I
OG,
told you,
OG.
bro. If
You know
anybody
I
better
fuck
than
with
me,
you,
I
OG, but
will.
I don't
I don't
want
give
you
a
or your
fuck.
fan base to be happy, brother. I don't want
No,
y'all to have a chance of
I don't
winning
give a
shit.
damn.
And that
it's
I
not
can
that
take.
for
I
me,
ain't
Now
making
OG.
that
that I
shit.
can
I
take.
don't
I can
care.
take that.
I
That's
would
real.
be
Bruh,
cool
it's
with y'all getting
nothing to
Dylan
do with
Harper.
basketball, bruh.
OG, I
OG,
would
OG,
fuck
you
with
know it
y'all
ain't shit
getting
to do with
Dylan Harper.
basketball. You know it ain't no basketball. Come on now.
So
I can
Oh,
deal with that.
established asked if you seen his question, Ev.
Yeah, I seen it. I was just waiting for y'all to finish talking.
I
Um,
got.
after what if they get if the Spurs get Giannis, they better than OKC.
not tomorrow. They could build a team better than us though, but they won't be better than us.
Off
Just
initial
by
trade,
dropping him on
Wes.
the rock. You said what?
Off the initial, like let's say, like if this said the notification just came through, the Spurs just traded for Giannis. At that exact moment, they not better than y'all. They got to make some more moves.
It
Yeah,
was like it was like
that's what I'm
it was
saying.
like it was like
I got you,
Sohan, like Harrison, Vassell or Castle draft picks, making the money work, right? Sohan, Keldon, um,
Bro, in what
Harrison.
world are they not coming off the sale and the Giannis still? Like what?
Yeah, but it
They
was
What?
not
got to.
Vassell.
They
I
got
said
to.
Vassell or Castle. Yeah, Vassell
Oh,
or Castle's in it. They're in it.
I thought you said
No,
Castle
no,
and
no, no,
And,
no,
Harrison.
no, no.
and then
I'll put it at the back end.
Harrison Barnes has to be in
Yeah,
there for the money.
yeah, Vassell or Castle, and I believe it'll be
And
Vassell.
I think he said Sohan too.
Yeah, Vassell
Yeah,
and
he
Sohan.
said
Those are the two young.
Sohan.
Yeah, those
Sohan
are
can
the two
go.
young
That's good.
assets.
Keldon Harrison, obviously. Yeah, if they somehow keep Vassell, because I ain't gonna hold you. Like again, Steph is a really promising young player. I think that this is including if they get the number one overall pick, y'all are taking that out and just saying if they trade for him.
Nah, if
Period.
they trade for him, period.
Okay, yeah, if they trade for him, um, damn, like I get the fit stuff. I'd probably try to protect Castle though. I wanna take a chance on Castle's development before I like rather than just take what Vassell is and say we're gonna move into the future with Fox, Vassell, Giannis, and Wemby. Not that that's bad, but I'd take a shot on Castle's development if we can get him without Vassell. Speaking as a Spurs, not saying I'm a Spurs fan, but anywho, yeah, I still think we're better than them tomorrow if that trade goes down. But they're right there. They got to figure out some basketball things for sure. I think defensively they'll be ridiculous, obviously. I think offensively they'll be ridiculous, obviously. But I think they still have some areas that they can improve because again that roster just doesn't have you still need shot makers and
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Fox is enough as a shot maker if he's all that you have.
Okay. Yeah, this is the conversation we was having in here last week. I think Goods was pushing back. I think myself and Byron and other people, I can't remember who else was on the side that they will be better. Because I said that happened.
Established said good said no shot or no way.
Yeah,
Something like that.
good said basically said no, just straight out no. Like he didn't even consider it. Like he was just like no. But yeah, that's pretty much was one of the combos in here. But that's the NBA draft lottery, y'all. 7 p.m. Eastern time, 6 p.m. 6 hours. 6 hours away. Hopefully that's in playback to be able to be watched together because I cannot wait. NBA draft lottery is one of my favorite times because I love when these young players get to find out, sort of kind of some of them, not all of them, where they at least get an idea where they're going to be going. And I think Cooper Flag, obviously, Harper and Ace will know for sure tonight where they're going. Whether Dylan goes 2 or Ace go 2, those are the top 3 picks in the draft coming up. Um,
I can't wait for niggas to come around. Oh, Ace really that good, bro? I can't fucking wait, boy. Can't wait.
you turned it into twin game.
Tez, they got him
Ace
dropped.
that deal.
Tez, they
Ace
got him
that
dropped.
deal.
Hey, Tez, we gonna see though. They got him
We better,
dropped.
hey, if we
Let
talk,
him
Dropping
fall.
where? I ain't see that.
I thought maybe it's the little Twitter big boards I'm looking at as opposed to actual draft express boards and stuff. I saw on a few big boards, like Twitter guys that I mess with when it comes to
Come here, Milo.
scouting and draft things. He had fallen a little bit around
Okay,
like
that's
the
cool.
7th best prospect to them. Cute.
That's cool.
yeah, he ain't the 7th best prospect. That's a fucking lie.
But taking it into the last thing before we get to the NBA playoffs, sort of kind of the same discussion that we was having here last week and a half ago, how of what the Bucks and Giannis should do. We sort of kind of get a little glimpse or an idea of what's to expect over the next month or 2 or 3. Two-time NBA champion Giannis has not made any firm decision, but for the first time in his career, he's open-minded about whether his best fit is remaining in Milwaukee. Pretty much that's firm. Or playing elsewhere. We know Dame injury. We know the assets. We know the young players they have. We know the roster that they're currently working with. And with Dame expected potentially, and speedy recovery, Dame, but with Dame expected potentially miss all of next season, I think the Giannis and also Milwaukee is at a point to where they don't want to waste, or he doesn't want to waste a season of his career. Again, if I'm the Milwaukee Bucks owner, GM, whatever the case may be, I'm looking at the situation. I'm probably assessing the situation, and then I'm also not mad at the situation. I would happily trade Giannis because I do think that he gave us all he could, and the best thing about it is he gave us the championship. So if Giannis didn't win a ring in Milwaukee, I'll be pissed. I'll be upset. But the fact that he got a championship, something they have not experienced in the last 50 years, I think since Kareem, it's a blessing in itself. So I would trade Giannis to wherever he want to go. Obviously, going to give them a list of teams that he may be interested in. You see the early rumors now of teams that's going to heavily pursue him. It's the Rockets, it's the Spurs, it's the Nets, and I missed some of the teams. I saw the Pels today, and maybe even the Knicks. So I would trade him.
The Nets. The
Yeah, the
Nets
Nets.
want to go get him.
Yeah, they're fishing for. They're fishing for a big guy.
But they always gonna be starfish.
Yeah, they're fishing.
I don't want us to trade for him unless we have another running mate ready. And whether that comes in the draft or it is another star to go trade for, I don't want him to just trade for.
Nah, that running mate in the draft not gonna be enough though.
D-Mac,
Like,
you
I
don't
think
think
it'll
y'all
be
should
fine.
just like tank, bro, like the right way instead of star hunting every
Yeah,
offseason and
yeah.
trying
I'm
to
not
trade?
gonna lie.
That is my
From an
preferred
ownership
method, Miles.
What you say,
from an
Josh? What you
ownership.
say? I hear you.
That's
Oh,
my
go ahead.
preferred method, Miles.
I got you.
Just build this through the draft and continue to use the
I
picks.
got you.
I was just gonna say, from an ownership perspective, this has to suck though. Regardless of like the winning a champion, the fact that the 2 biggest stars you rightfully have ever had in your franchise, you could only win one with, and build one
Yeah,
real championship
yeah, but
team for both of those guys. That has to suck.
the reason why it won't suck for
It's a
me. The reason why
homegrown
it won't
dude.
suck for the reason why it won't suck for me completely because like sometimes you swing, you hit, and sometimes you swing and you miss, and then sometimes those misses have reasonings behind it. And for them, I think the biggest reasoning, and Milwaukee fans will probably speak to this, is the injuries. Chris Middleton, right? Brooke, or even Dame now, even Giannis, and the injuries that he dealt with over the last 3 years in the playoffs. So they swung, they hit, but then after that, they try to gain and maintain what they had. And then Drew had that shitty ass playoffs, like 2 years ago. They ended up trading him because of how bad he looked, and they thought that he wasn't gonna be nothing no more. And now he obviously had a good year playing alongside Tatum and Brown, and they was banking on Chris Middleton still being a good guy or a good second option alongside of Giannis. And look, and then he gets banged up with all these injuries, and so for them, they can't get mad at it. They won a championship. They try to maintain or build on what they had, but then the injuries happen, and you go out and get Dame, and he gets hurt last year, and he gets hurt this year. So like you just got to chalk it up at this point and look for your future now.
Yeah, I feel like the injury point's cool. I just look back to like when they won, tried to go cheap. If you look at their drafts consistently while Giannis has been there at this level, they have not, made good picks. And then at the end of the day, you are still a small market team, and we've had 2, arguably top bigs, top 20 all time bigs, in Giannis and Kareem. And with both of these guys, we've only been able to win one. And hopefully, in this standpoint of the Milwaukee side, hopefully it's not a Kareem situation where he goes on to win multiple somewhere else. To me, that's a failure to get that level of player, those levels of player, and only win one. I always will look at franchises like that as failures.
Well,
Damn,
I'm not. I'm not going to
Wow.
that's
agree with
too
that. I'm
strong.
not going to agree with the
I
you're
ain't gonna
Kareem
lie,
thing.
harsh.
see, that's kind of crazy. You harsh,
Hold on,
G.
Miles.
No
Damn.
cap.
Miles, real quick. Miles, real quick. I'm not going to.
Because you have to think about that entire 50-year period before they got Giannis. Like
Yeah, but
it gets that real.
but it is just looking at what the Giannis has been able to done. Like the fact that you took Giannis top, what was it, 14th overall, and you've
Or
gotten
15, one of them.
every or
15,
15,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
everything that you've gotten out of Giannis and you've gotten that one championship. I don't think you can look at that as a failure, even if he does go on and wins multiple somewhere else. I don't think you can. I,
Ex-
that's just me personally.
Do you think they looked at the Kareem
Especially how
situation
he
as a failure,
was,
D
bro.
Mac?
Everybody
They
thought
won
he
a
was gonna be who he
championship. I
could
don't
be.
think so.
Everybody
So
can't
maybe
win
I'm
multiple,
partially
bro.
off.
Like nigga, just want nigga.
Do,
Some
do
niggas
you
get
do
lucked
you
up to
think
get one championship.
Do the Cavs look at LeBron as a failure in general? I assume you would say yes. Then it has to be.
But he left though, like at the
Cause he
like
didn't win a
prime of his
championship. He came
career.
back and won one.
You
So
get what
that's
I'm
the
saying,
same
D Mac?
thing.
Like he both Kareem and Giannis had potential to have multiple prime years in these situations, but left in you know.
Nah, I
So
think Bron was better than Giannis though. So Bron is truly Kareem in this equation. In Cleveland, they failed LeBron, and you could say LeBron failed them, however you want to
They
slice it.
definitely felt LeBron in the
But
first tenure.
right, and nothing. They couldn't win. Then he came back and they won one in the 4 years, and it's like for all this time with LeBron, the 11 years he was in Cleveland in his career, they won one championship and moved on. By your logic, that would be a failure. I think winning a championship, period, is a win. That's a massive success because they're so hard to come by,
Yeah.
and especially for market like in teams like Milwaukee or Cleveland, those teams don't. They're damn near impossible to come by. We saw what LeBron did. I think it was their first time in their franchise history winning a championship. So I don't know, man. I think you
I
win.
just think it's a little weird when teams who are like smaller markets do get a generational guy and then can only win one, and they usually go on to win multiples at other
But that's
places.
not. But yeah, I
see,
mean,
cause winning,
T,
Yeah,
would you
winning,
because
winning
other
T?
in a small
places
market is
have
not
have
easy, T.
better pathways to get more
Yes,
talent.
yes, yes. Bingo,
Like,
bingo.
yeah, when Kareem Lee departs from Milwaukee and goes to LA and Tinseltown and in the following years after he gets there, they get two number one overall picks. They draft Magic in the 70s, go and draft um, Worthy in 82, number one overall picks. And now their talent is what it is. And it's like, yo, we have a great foundation. We're LA. We're keeping our guys. Guys want to be here. We're gonna get the ancillary pieces as well to come because they want to play here as well. And we run up some championships. That's par for the course. Like I think you gotta be happy with a championship. But I get it. Like there was more, I guess, more skin on the teeth per se. But I don't know.
Meat on the bone. Yeah, I
On the
understand what
bone.
you're
There you
saying.
go. Thank you. On
Yeah,
the bone.
that's
Thank
what I
you.
think. I think it's perfectly fair to say, did you leave something on the table, specifically as it pertains to Giannis? But given the way that the CBA has changed and the fact that they're operating out of Milwaukee, I think them getting that one championship is
All right,
especially for a guy that was picked at 15.
T.
Yeah, yes, brother.
Would you feel the same about Jokic if Jokic was to one out of Denver in like his
Only
tenure?
one. I would feel like that's a failure, bro. You have arguably a top what five big all time, one of the wildest bigs from an offensive standpoint we've ever seen, and to win only one, that would to me be a failure on the Denver perspective. Because how many generational players would you say Denver has gotten? Like from an overall standpoint, Boston, Lakers, a lot of these premier markets have gotten multiple
What?
generational guys.
I just got
If
back.
they,
It's a failure.
to me, if Jokic only wins one, I think that's more indicative of how they were not able to put adequate help around him and how they went cheap after winning one. And I think that's a failure in itself.
Jokic wasn't a first round pick, right?
But that doesn't, to me, change the level of player he is, though.
That no, you're speaking on the level of player that he became. He came into the league as a second round pick, so he really outdid what he was drafted and actually outdid who he actually was coming into the league, and
So if you
he became into a superstar and got a championship. So you have to factor that in as well. I feel like you're thinking like this because of Jokic because of who he is now. But you
Yeah,
have to
that's
think
And
that's
about
definitely what it's based off of.
that
But
is what it's
how
based off
good
of,
these
though. But
players
like,
are, because he real quick T, he named Kareem, Giannis, now Jokic. He's naming guys who are like top 20 players ever, and saying, "Yo, when you get a player of that ilk, of that magnitude, to only win one is a failure as an organization." Not as a franchise. I don't agree with that, but that's the stance he's taking.
Do you know how hard it is to win a championship?
yes, I think if you have generational players, you should win more than one.
But
That's
there's
just
been
me, brother.
I
generational players
don't
that don't
know.
win.
Like, what do you look
Yeah,
at Charles Barkley
yeah.
as?
He never
He
won.
he's he's I guess
All
generational in that
time great,
standpoint.
not generational. He's not a
Yeah,
generational
like
athlete.
he's all time great, but he's not a generational to the sport of basketball. He's not a LeBron, Jokic, Kareem, Magic, Kobe, even Steph. Like if you would have told me the Warriors only win 2015, I don't know how I'd feel about that.
I think if
To
Durant doesn't
only
go
win
there,
one,
If the
that's
rent
a
don't go, the
very
Cavs go back to
realistic
back.
possibility, though. If
In my
Durant
opinion,
never goes there, it's very. I think they get one more, but it's very possible. Like, it's right there. If Durant
I
never
don't think
goes
that
there,
dynasty starts with if they don't win. KD don't come back. KD don't go there.
yeah, it's
They
very
might.
possible because
Yeah.
I
They
think
they'll probably win
LeBron.
22 or 20, 21, 22, some shit
For
like
what
that.
it's worth, Kyrie got better the next year. LeBron was still peaking his powers. That Cleveland team was ready for like the matchup. If they don't have Durant, it's no telling what ends up happening to them. So I don't know, man. Failure is just that's such a strong word. I think you could say it's disappointing that they were only able to get one. When you
Yeah.
say failure, it's like,
yeah. See,
damn. Well,
I
we
think the word failure is what's like. I just think it's a really big disappointment to have like generational players and only win one.
So
So maybe the
so
failure word is a little harsh, but the disappointment I think is a better word for it. Then
so Dirk Nowitzki's career as a Dallas Maverick was a failure.
do you think? I think Dirk's all time great. You think he's generational?
I mean, bro, he was drafted high, and look what he again. What do you mean? Like, I'm confused though. They
He's
still have one of the best players in the league, and only won one championship. Like, that's kind of
And he
like your
came at
point.
the tail end of his career.
And yeah,
With
Dirk is
Dirk.
pretty generational. He's not a generational like athlete, but as a basketball player, yeah, he was
Him,
the best
him,
shooter
yeah. At
for a
his
very
size
long time
for a big
as a
man, for
seven
sure.
footer. He's the best,
That nigga
like
was crazy.
still arguably like because what he did from the mid range still is like otherworldly.
He kind
Like
of
people
changed the
only
game.
focus
Like,
on the
he
three
kind of
point
changed
shot,
that
but his
position.
mid range.
Big man wise, he did. Probably, I agree with you.
I mean, he changed the position.
For sure.
So that's interesting, man. But
That's a kind of a hot. I ain't gonna say a hot take to you. That's like a harsh take, I guess.
It's a fucking
Hey,
bad take.
if
Is
you
what
were
it is.
going somewhere with the Spurs part of this, or with the Giannis part of this, where you're going to ask where people want to see him land,
Great
like,
question.
Yeah, I got lost. Yeah, but yeah, I
yeah,
was
Great
speaking.
question.
Yeah, I was
No,
speaking to it last week. We had a good conversation around it last week, but it just pretty much just picks up everything that we were saying last week, which a lot of us was hitting on the nose. This is the time. I said this shit months ago too. About Giannis and Katie gonna be the hottest names on the market this summer. And I threw in Trae Young, but I do think Trae Young just stays in Atlanta for another year or so. And then he will evaluate his situation next offseason.
Yeah, we got a quick question for you,
But
bro.
what's up?
Once you finish your thing.
Oh.
Go ahead.
So yeah, I listed two teams from West personally. My two teams, I don't think Miami's realistic, so I didn't list my team. But I do think my two teams for Giannis sweepstakes, well, anybody's realistic. But I think from teams that I would like to see him land on, from a big market perspective, I like the Knicks. I like New York. I like the whole little situation. Again, just big market perspective. And that's sort of kind of something that he's seeking. And then if I'm a star player in the league, I would love to play for New York. I would love to play in the Knicks. I would love to play in the Garden. So I would love Giannis in New York. And my other team was obviously the Spurs, where I'm pretty much set in stone on. Like, I want that to be the number one team that he lands ultimately. If I'm wishing for something that's happened this offseason from a basketball fan, for me to enjoy, well, I enjoy basketball regardless. Like, I would love to see him go to the Spurs. So it was the Spurs and Knicks is my top two. But anybody else, man, y'all can list out who y'all top two, top three teams you want to see Giannis fall on.
I think it's tough from a basketball perspective because you have to balance obviously the assets of it. if he forces his way out, then the Knicks are realistic, or I should say the Knicks and the Heat are realistic. If he doesn't, then I don't know if they're going to have the assets to make it happen. I still don't like the fit with the Rockets. I do love the fit, as far as the Spurs are concerned, because of the way that they can build things around him in the immediate. And I think Process asked, would you give up Flag for him? I would be. It would be tough for me to say give up either that first or second pick, because I do think of Flag in that manner, and I also think of Harper specifically, what the fit could look like with him and Wemby. I think would be incredibly great. But if you're talking, just in general, what it would take, I think that would make a lot of sense. But outside of that, I mean, it's kind of tough. It's to find the right place. I think that he does want to have some type of a large market, but the large markets that out there don't necessarily easy to land unless he wants to, kind of force his way somewhere.
Man, I just got sold. Knicks. Only destination. Keep him in the East and put him in the Big Apple, man.
Yeah.
Can y'all imagine that smile in New York,
but
man?
it's gonna be insane.
They don't have.
Can y'all imagine that smile in New York, man?
They don't have Jack to give up for him.
They don't have a lot to give up picks wise, and like the money wise. I don't think it's just. I agree with you. I just don't think it would work.
Who you talking about, Process?
The Knicks don't have picks to give up, and you're talking about Giannis to the Knicks, right?
Yes.
They don't have picks to give up, and then they're gonna have to make the money work. So they're gonna have to give up some of their assets, obviously, with like everybody would. But they just don't have the picks. Like, what picks are they giving up?
Yeah, man. Good point.
They traded them all for Mikal Bridges.
Yeah, you get rid of everything for Mikal, and that's why Sam is such a brilliant man. You stay patient. You stay patient, and then Giannis has become available potentially. But I mean,
y'all should go all in, bro. Y'all should.
It's funny. I still would prefer us to go get Durant. With both of them being available, let's say Giannis does make this thing official, and we know Durant's available. I'd rather us go get Durant, but I have no issue with Giannis.
Why do you prefer Durant?
Durant got like what 2 years left in him. Why do you want that?
I think they'll win the championship within 2 years.
I understand why he wants Durant. I want to know why he prefers
Durant got a smooth forward, man. Y'all tripping on my.
Yeah, I know why.
Durant's a fucking dog.
I think Durant.
His career gonna get extended at least another 1 or 2 years. I agree with
Miles. 1 second, Miles. I think Durant has a lot left in him, and I understand why West would want him. I'm interested why you prefer him though, Wes.
Yeah, I would prefer Durant, just play style, and then also like I think that it's less to get him. I think it would be easier to get Durant. Yeah. I could be wrong.
That's what I figured it came down to as far as the assets. But I do agree with you. Play style. I could see the argument for it.
Yeah, play style and asset management. But I guess more realistic than the Knicks. It's tough because sending him to the West is, I don't know if the league can take that.
If I'm any star/superstar in the NBA, there's no way in hell I want to go to the West. With all due respect to these teams, and sometimes, bro, we can be wrong. Like, and what I mean by that is the East is as sweet as it's ever been. Like, we never in our life seen the East be this sweet. This is the sweetest.
Yeah, because I think of LeBron.
Ever. This is the LeBron left. Ever been and ever will be going forward. Because the Cavs are not, to me personally, bro, who I think the best team in the East, as you ask me, make 12, who I think the best team, and it could be down. Even with them, it could be 2-2 right now, and I still feel this way. I think the Pacers are the best team in the East right now. May 12.
Nigga, what?
What?
Hell
no. What are you talking about right now, bro?
Are the best team in the Eastern Conference right now. Yes, I am serious. As the May 12th, I think the Pacers are the best team in the Eastern Conference. Yes,
we gotta unpack this.
We gotta unpack this.
We do, bro.
This way you're gonna explain all of that shit to me. Are you saying that because other teams are injured, or are you just saying that
injured? Wait, hold on, the injury game. Who? What are you talking about? Who?
The Cavaliers are hurt. The Celtics
are
you saying that because other teams are hurt?
I don't think you had that.
Nobody's hurt. Nobody's hurt. The game they're playing.
Do you believe that 100% fully healthy?
Yes, nobody's hurt. They're playing.
They were hurt the first 2 games of the series.
And they just played the last 2 games and they still got stepped on.
No, they stepped on them 1 game and they lost the other game. They got stepped on the other game.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. Bro.
Bro, we didn't get stepped on, bro. That was a close game for 3 quarters.
It's a real conversation with the Pacers being better than the Cavs. If y'all want to say Boston,
Nah,
cool. I
today
understand
steps
the
on
Boston.
y'all
But
Friday.
it's
I'm
a real
sorry.
problem that the Pacers can be better than the Cavs. I'm not taking no pushback to the
No,
Cavs.
I think the
I
Pacers
think
are
if
better
the
than the
Cavs
Cavs.
were fully healthy, if they play
From game one?
every four game,
Why is
every
Ed
game
talk?
with
Go
if
ahead,
they
my
play
bad.
every game with their full roster, I think the series is 2-2.
2-2?
Truly,
Okay.
and that's me. Like I think the Pacers are really, really good. I think they're deep.
They're
Like
not best in
their
the
depth
East, though.
doesn't get talked. Go ahead, Mal.
No,
Yeah,
my fault. My fault, gang. That was a little
y'all
side
gotta
gang. My
stop
fault,
the
Ed.
talk back,
I should
bruh.
have been on mute. My fault, gang. Go ahead.
No, you good. I was
He
interested in
said to
hearing
say
what
they're
you
not the
were saying.
best in the East.
But nah,
Okay,
but
well, yeah, no,
but
I'm fair with
yeah.
that. Like I think
But
that
they,
it's fun to say that, but just
I
to wrap
think
it
the
up so other people can
yeah, right
get
there.
in. My only thing that I was about to say, their depth just doesn't get talked about enough, and I think that's where the top end talent, where they kind of even out the playing field, because they have so many contributors down the roster, man. But go ahead.
Well, what I was about to say, bro, I think if I don't know, tell me if I misspeak, bro. But honestly, I think you seeing that you one probably not as high on the Celtics as everybody else is,
No, I
and
had them going to
maybe
the finals all year.
okay, and maybe you were higher on the Cavs than we were, for the reason of seeing how they down 3-1 to the Pacers. That can have you to lead, that have you to think that they are currently, as today, as you saying, the best team in the East.
I
Yeah,
mean, to be fair though, the last 2 months of basketball, we were legit the best team in the East.
but
Like from a net rating standpoint, from an offensive rating, defense, we were legit the best team in the East. Like the
let
last month
me
and a half of basketball.
let me word this like this, Miles. I had the Celtics
Yeah,
going to the finals all year. I still have the Celtics going to the finals. To make that clear, I think the
yeah.
Celtics win the next 4 straight. I think the Celtics win the next 3 in
Okay.
their series
wait,
right
how
now.
you say that? You
I
just said
think.
that Pacers
Damn,
were the
man,
Uh,
best
can I
team in
talk?
the
Can
East.
I talk? I'm
What the
talking
heck?
right now, bro. I'm literally talking. I'm going to explain.
Talk to him,
I
man.
think the Celtics. I think the Celtics win 3 straight, right? If not 3, I think the Celtics will win that series regardless.
for sure.
Obviously lose. Obviously lose tonight. My expectations would change. But I worried
Mm-hmm.
about when it comes to an overall team. But I think the Pacers are the best team in the East because Wes just spoke to it. The depth. I think top to bottom, they don't miss a beat. They don't miss a step, and the way they play on offense is so free flowing. Nobody can tell me there's a team in the Eastern Conference that has a better 1 through 10 than the Pacers. Literally, nobody can tell me that. I think they're the best team in the Eastern Conference, and that's what I mean by that. Now, do I think the Celtics can't beat them? No, I'm not saying that. Do I think they're going to walk to the finals? No, I'm not saying that. But I did worry in the beginning. Even if the series was 2-2, I would still make the same exact statement. I think they're the best team in the Eastern Conference. Now, where's the
So the
pushback to
total
be the
best total team, top to bottom. I got you.
that's this team? Yeah,
I
that's
got
what
you.
that
I'm
means. That's
following
what
you.
that means.
I'm following you, not gang.
No,
I'm
can't
following
nobody tell, bro. They play the
you.
best brand of basketball in the East. Nobody can push back to that. Well, probably the Cavs, but if they were healthy, probably
No,
the
we
Cavs.
play
Man,
better.
Yeah,
We play a better brand
yeah,
of basketball
they
than
play
the
the best.
Cavs,
They
bro.
play the best brand of basketball in the East. They have probably the best offense in the East. I don't know about the numbers and stuff like that. The fast transition, fast break, whatever you want to do. They score in a variety of ways, and they have the best free flowing offense in the East because it's constant ball movement. And then on top, and then when they come off the bench with McConnell stepping in for Hallie, and then Mathurin at their scoring punch off the bench, and then Obi Toppin, the shot of the game he had yesterday, and even Neesmith and then Nemhard that are running on this playoff right now. Both Neesmith and Nemhard are both balling the fuck out
Yeah,
right
they
now.
are.
And they are
they
the third
are.
and fourth best or even fifth best players on that team right now. So that's a top to bottom. I think they're the best team in the Eastern Conference. That does not mean
I
that they
won't put
cannot
that
be
much
beat.
faith in that TJ
And then
McConnell, bro. That nigga
have
be
the
stinky at times.
respect of the numbers, we're the second best offense in the entire playoffs. And then when you talk about the regular season, we are ninth because of the start we had on the year. But if you do like the last couple months of basketball, I think we were like top 2 as well. So it really started with getting hot towards the end of the season, which we seen.
That's
Like Holly was
interesting.
more healthy. Directly after All-Star break, we started off 11-14 and still won 50 games. We've been top whatever, top 3, top 4 team in basketball the last month going into the playoffs.
I am curious to hear Low, maybe even Low or anybody. I am curious to hear the pushback to things that I just stated though. As far everything I just listed about the Pacers, I have like 4 or 5 different things, and on top of
Nah,
My only pushback would be, as it currently stands, as far as fully healthy. I do think that the Celtics are still better than them, but I agree with you. I think the Pacers are better than the Cavs right now. And I don't have any issues with that whatsoever. I don't think that's a crazy take.
I don't think it's a crazy. My pushback initially was to the point of you saying they're a better team. When you made it a 1 through 10 thing, okay. I mean, I guess, yeah, cool. But um, I stood on. I wouldn't say they're better than they're better. I wouldn't say they're better than the Celtics, and I wouldn't in the Cavs thing. I think it's fair, especially watching this series. But I also can watch the series and say that I think the Cavs aren't healthy. So I'm not putting all the weight in the world on this. Are they playing? Are some guys playing through being hurt? Sure. And I'm not saying that to say that they're not going to get credit or they're not going to get discredited for their play still. They're still going to get discredited for their play, but I'm just knowing that being healthy, I believe the Cavs are better still.
No, and that's fair, bro. I coming into the series, and granted, I made a dumb heat of the moment bet. Like I bet T literally for no reason. Because coming into the series, I feel like the Pacers going to win the series. Personally. And I think we even bet when they were down for no reason after the game 3 that they just
Yeah, it was
had.
2-1.
Yeah, after the game 3. I don't even make bets like that.
Your man's BJ jumped on
yeah,
that bet too, brother. Your man's
OG
BJ
offered me the
texted me
same
fast as
bet,
hell.
like for the OKC
What?
and Denver thing. And I'm like,
The
OG, I'm
Cavs
not
were up
betting that.
2-1?
Like, I'm not betting that with OKC down. If they even the series, I'll ask you something you want to bet me then. I don't know why I even did that with T, but here no there, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, man, I don't think there's any pushback as far as the offense, the team, the construction, the 1 through 10, and just how they operate. But when it's all said and done, matchup, you can be a better team, but a team can get to higher heights, and that's based off experience and things of that nature. And that's the Celtics for me. Like they've just been that relevant in the Eastern Conference when it comes to finals appearances, Eastern Conference finals appearances. I know Pacers made it last year, but when it comes to the matchup, I would still have to lean Boston because of what Tatum and Brown should offer and how they should win those matchups in that series when it comes to who they're guarded by and things of that nature, like we saw last season. Now, obviously, the Pacers have a better experience, or more experience from last year, and they obviously got better compared to last season as well. But I would still lean Boston. But I do think they are probably right now operating and looking like the best team in the Eastern Conference.
And I actually just looked at the numbers. We actually took a slight step down at the end of the regular season in terms of offense, but we ended up finishing out at a top 8 defense for those last couple months of the season. So that was the biggest improvement. It wasn't actually the offense. We actually went from, I believe it was 17 to about top 8, top 9 in defense rate.
And I do want to say, don't count again, I know it's 1-3, but do not count the Cavs out in this series, because for me, I think they win game 5, right? I know D Mitch is not banged up with an ankle thing. That's a bummer. I do think they win game 5, but I think game 6, which is going to be game 6, obviously back in Indiana, but they just weren't prepared yesterday. I'm gonna be honest, bro. They were not prepared for the Pacers the way they defended them. They picked Garland and D Mitch up full court, damn near the whole entire game when the game was relevant. Literally the whole entire game. And obviously Indiana just made a lot of shots. I do think game 6 was more prepared for that. I think the offense will look a little better, obviously, if D Mitch plays game 5 and 6 and they win game 5 ultimately. But all that pressure gonna be on Indiana in that game 6. Like I think it's gonna be a real similar situation to where if Indiana does still win the series, I think it'll be in 7, like what we saw in the Rockets and Warriors series. That's my little
You
early
think
prediction.
Cavs can win that game 5 without D-Mitch?
Hell no. Hell no.
So
I hope
okay, so pretty much it's all indicated on whether or not he plays. Okay.
I hope he can't play with that ankle thing. You know what I'm saying?
When is game 5 for them?
Wait, Ed,
Wednesday?
Should be tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Oh, yeah, he might not
Yeah,
play, bro.
Yeah, it's tomorrow. It's tomorrow.
And that shit not far. They ain't gonna go that far.
It might not be that serious, Mal. He probably just didn't play because they was down 41. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, I got
It's probably nagging, but they was down 41
I just seen the little video they kept replaying on TV about like him trying to take that shot after halftime.
Yeah,
and couldn't do
he
shit.
felt.
So,
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
Ev,
What's up, process?
you just said that the Pacers are the best team in the East, but you think that they could lose against the Celtics, blah, 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 all that shit. I hear you. But you can't say that they could lose a 3-1 lead now.
I'm not saying they can lose. I'm not saying they're going to lose a series. I said they can go 7 still. That's what I said.
Ugh.
Yeah, you don't
If
think
they're the best team in the East.
that series can't go 7. So because I think they're the best
But
team, they got to beat them 4-1.
It's in margins. He didn't say best team by far. It's the,
I don't.
But he
best
did
team
say
in the top.
today process. So like
I know.
like,
Today, yeah, right now. So they shouldn't blow a 3-1 lead.
Blowing a 3-1. What do you mean by blowing a 3-1 lead? Losing a series? If
Yeah,
they
but
lose a
if you
series,
think-
cool.
hold on. If you
If the
think it's
Cavs force that to 7 process, I'm not looking at the Pacers no type of way, and the Pacers still win the
I
series.
swear
I'm
I
sorry,
would.
No.
I'm not looking at
If
no type of way.
the Cavs force it, stop saying that shit. If they go to 7 games, you know it's anybody's fucking series right there, obviously.
Yeah.
And if it goes 7 games, the Cavs have a good chance of they have a high chance of winning that, especially because all the pressure.
Both teams have a high chance. Both teams have a high chance, though.
Yeah, I'm saying if you force a game 7 down 3-1, everyone is thinking that the other team that blew that lead has the pressure on them. I'm just saying if you think that could happen, and then the Cavs can potentially win game 7, that can't be the best team in the East.
Process. Well, then, are you saying you'll pick the Cavs to win Game 7 if that happens?
Fuck yeah.
Okay, cool. And I just don't know who will win that game 7
You
process. All I'm
don't
saying
know, but I'm just saying.
process. All I'm saying is just because. And did you hear the reason why I listed? I think they're the best team in the East.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying
Okay,
if that happens, then you would say they're not the best team in the East, right?
if they lose the series,
Yeah,
yeah. If they fold that 3-1 series,
right.
1,000%, yeah,
But you kind of say,
1,000%.
but you're also kind of saying you think you could see it going a game 7.
I didn't even jump that far. I said I think they win game 5, and then that game 6, all the pressure's on.
He's speaking on when you said when you was like even though I know they're down 3-1, don't you said don't
Don't
count the
be
Cavs
shocked.
out.
Yeah, don't
Yeah, but
count them out.
process that came from what I said in game 4. Like uh the Indiana was prepared, and I don't think Cleveland was prepared. And why did I say that? Because of the full court pressure. And that got Garland and D Mitch out of the game. D Mitch had a bad start to that game, and Garland just not being effective on the offensive side when it comes to scoring, obviously, because what he's dealing with. I think if it goes to game 6 back to Indiana, I think Cleveland will be ready for that. And I just don't think they're ready for that in game 4 yesterday. That's what I'm speaking to, bro.
All right.
Yeah, I think they'll be more prepared. I think Indiana, bro, you can see from the tip off. They were way more prepared and ready for that game than Cleveland, in my opinion.
Yeah,
They
they
were
they they they
Cleveland
wanted
looked
they
shook.
wanted they wanted to win.
Yeah,
They they,
Cleveland
they,
looked
they
shook.
came they
The paint.
came
What?
from
Yeah,
jump ball. You could tell they went into that game like we want to win. Like
yeah,
this is
But
what's
but
they looked
They
shook,
did.
bro.
They
no
did the same
no
thing
no
the
funny
Cavs did
though.
to them in Game 3, bro. The
No
Cleveland
no
came in
funny though,
Game 3 doing
Ev.
the
We
same
came
shit.
we came in that game 3 shooting 30. Like we came. I think the first three
Bullshit. That
quarters
shit
we
was
were shooting
awful.
like 33%, 25 from 3, and that's not us as a team at all. Like all respect to that, that's never been us as a team shooting 33% from field and like 25 from 3. We've always been a really good 3-point shooting team. We got blitzed. I thought we would split at home regardless after we went up 2-0. So we came out the exact way I thought we would come out, potentially game 3. But yeah, game 5 on Cleveland's court. That's the game you try to close it out on. Don't try to let them get any
but I,
type of.
I will I will say I know you were talking like in general and I heard everything you said, but only one part, not everything process said, because I do feel where you were coming from and how you were just saying the grand scheme of things. But one part I will side with process on. If you are going to come out and say this is how you feel about them, and from top to bottom, 1 through 10, and they have the starting, the depth, and et cetera, et cetera. One thing I will say though that I do agree, it's 3-1 now. If you fit, and this is the same way that I told you that I feel about Minnesota with Steph going down. If I feel like they're that good, and if you feel like they're that good, this shit. If you feel that way, this just me speaking. If you feel that way, this shit should be over tomorrow.
Nah, that's
I
not.
like why
I
not?
I hear you, but I don't agree with that because it's the NBA
That's what I was
playoffs. And just
getting at.
because, no, that's I'm not gonna say it's a bad way to look at it, but the reason why I don't agree with that is because I feel like a team with the best looking like the best team in the East does not mean that they can't be beat. And now we know how the playoffs work, y'all. Like, bro, the Cavs are going back home tomorrow. Like,
We don't even know what D Mitch on. We don't even
yeah,
know what D
but
Mitch
that's
gonna
why I
do.
worded it too if he plays. Like I worded it
Yeah.
straight up if he plays.
Okay.
If the Cavs
Okay.
go back home tomorrow, bro, they're gonna be that same fire you saw lit under Indiana ass last night. We're gonna see that same fire lit under Cleveland's ass tomorrow to try to force that
Yeah,
game
of course,
6.
of course,
Man,
of
That's
course.
just
yeah,
Down
that's
three
just
one.
that's just
man,
Down
veteran
down
it
three.
just
basketball.
It
sounds like you're
starts.
trying to
That's
cook
what
their way into
happens.
a
And,
Miles.
That's
and
what
to your
happens.
and to
Hey,
your point, like you even throughout the whole playoffs, like and to your point, and I also spoke to this to the Minnesota Warriors series, the game Minnesota lost. You see shit from off the jump ball. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you don't need to have to see. Like this is the playoffs, bro. From jump ball, after jump ball, you see who the fire is lit under from right there. Like you
Yeah,
feel the energy. And I think
bro.
to your point, Indiana Pacers, soon as the fucking ball jumped, nigga, the first basket is 94.
Yeah,
Like this is what
and
we own. Like this
and
is
we nah, and I'm with you, and exactly, and I think yesterday what we saw yesterday in Indiana, bro, with Cleveland going back home with that crowd jumping, them trying to get them to force a game 6. I promise you're gonna see the same shit lit under Cleveland tomorrow. Now, if I came here and said,
You
man,
sure?
yeah, I do. Now, if I came here and said, man, I think the series goes 7, I'm with process. I'm not saying that. Even if it goes 6, I still think Indiana winning game 6. So, like, that's where we defer. I think Cleveland can win game 5, but I do think Indiana will take game 6. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I will hope to be wrong because I bet T, but yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't know,
I'm
man.
with Process when he said Pacers going to 7 or like it going to 7. I think under no circumstance the
They
Pacers should
shouldn't go
allow
to
it to go
7.
7. If they do, I'd be very nervous for the Pacers winning that because obviously that's going to be Cleveland at home. you had the opportunity to close it out at 6, at your home court. I think it wouldn't be a good thing if the Pacers let it go to 7. But like the whole game 4, or what was it? Yeah, it was game 4. The biggest thing there was that they figured out that zone, because that's what killed Indiana in game 3. That 3-2 zone where they had Mobley at the top of the zone was giving them problems. They figured that out, and I think that was probably Cleveland's like ace in the hole, whatever, for their defense. And once Indiana kind of figured that out, I don't really know what options they have, defensively to slow down Indiana. And obviously Indiana shooting what they did from 3 also helps in that regard. But they figured out that zone that really killed Indiana in their last game. So, and then obviously they got punked yesterday too. Point blank
Yeah,
period. Like they're just more
absolutely.
physical. In Cleveland, that's been an issue for them for a long time in their era, and getting punked. Physical basketball, all of that stuff with Mobley, Allen, Garland. You play physical with those guys, they don't really respond to it too well. So Indiana, another sneaky thing about them is that they're a really physical team. Like I think they've been more physical than they were last year, but they don't shy away from physicality and stuff. So if that's going to be something that the Pacers continue to do to Cleveland, how do they respond to that? And they haven't responded well. So
Hold on.
You know, the other
Uh,
thing. Well, go ahead.
oh no, yeah, I was saying hold on, but you can go ahead because you about to chime into what she just said.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the other thing to that. I think that makes it tough for Cleveland on. I think they'll win Game 5. Just desperation, but I think for the series outlook, that'll make it tough for them to come back. Indiana's not a team where you can approach it with, okay, we're going to cut this guy's water off, and then now our chances improve so much. Like Hallie can literally be a non-factor. No disrespect to him. I'm not trying to take a shot at him, but Hallie can be a non-factor from a scoring standpoint, and they will still put up 120 plus points. That's tough. That's really, 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 really tough when you're trying to figure out how to take it or get a team out of their game. They don't really have a way to throw them off of their game. And it's just like, yo, you kind of got to fingers crossed. We make our shots tonight and they don't, or we make our shots, they're making their shots, and we can out execute them down the stretch. But yeah, that's a tough team over there, man. Shout out
Yeah,
Carlisle too. Carlisle deserves it.
yep. Um, it, to circle back to them, and only reason why I'm circling back because I already had the playback room title to go, and I know 11:10 was about to dive into the game. Good point out with the zone.
no, that's it. I wasn't going to dive into it. That's all I wanted
Okay.
to say, bro.
All right, so I do have the playback title to talk about the NBA playoffs over the weekend. Everybody that's been rocking with the YouTube side of things, thank y'all so much. I'm gonna drop everybody real quick, y'all. Y'all know it's all love when I do that. Thank y'all for coming up and rocking with me today. But yeah, I already had a title. I do want. I forgot the last point that I was about to make. Process and whoever else I was talking to, Process and Tiz. If I had this series going 7, I'll be with y'all, but I don't got it going 7. I just think they and West sort of kind of said what I said. I think they win Game 5 because of the desperation aspect of things. And then if they are who y'all think they are, because not me, I think the Pacers are better than them. But if y'all who they think they are, they'll win Game 6 too. That's how I look at it. But this is not the end of the show, y'all. This is not the end of the show. This is good Cowboys and Eagles and NFL talks today. Good NBA draft lottery talks today. Good Giannis talks today. We are going to take it to the NBA playoffs over the weekend right now in playback. That's playback.tv/facts and stats. I already had a title for like 30 minutes, so I was holding on my horses a little bit for the game. I'm about to drop it in the chat right now. Playback.tv/facts and stats. Playback.tv/facts and stats. What I got to come out and not see. Just 2 months ago, you said the Cavs was the only team threatening to Boston. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you just said you used 2 words in that sentence. 2 months ago, 3. 2 months ago, I worded my thing as of May 12th. May 12th, today. If you had to ask me who I think the best team in the Eastern Conference is right now, is the Pacers, and I listed why. And I said the series can be 2-2, and I would still say the same thing. 2 months ago, I probably did say that. I'm not saying I didn't say that. I probably did say that about how the Cavs were looking in the regular season. Playoffs is not the regular season. Playoffs is not the regular season. Now you're calling me names because you're trying to get your gotcha moment in the chat. It's not going to work, buddy. It's not going to work. Playback.tv/facts and stats, y'all. Pull up to the playback room. Playback is not switching up because I think the Celtics still go to the finals. It's not switching up. What are y'all talking about? Stop trying to get the moments in the chat. Come on the stage, be a big dog. Come on the stage, be a big dog. I'll see y'all in playback. Playback.tv/fact and stats. Thank y'all for the support. Make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Thank y'all. I'll see y'all in playback.